August. You are tuned into TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. We are very lit people. You have amazing hosts. We'll just go ahead and let you know who we are. I am your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
Bismillah. Bismillah. It's your boy, Big Man, Mr. Oracle, the voice of reason, Mr. Rotations. Bismillah. Let's go.
Do you know how funny that flipping is?
Hilarious. It's hilarious. AJ is giving us so many memes.
Like,
I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy. I'm heavy. It's hard.
I actually can't, man. I actually cannot.
Listen, AJ in one weekend has turned into a walking, talking meme.
That's wild.
It's hilarious. And obviously, we'll get into that.
We have to, man.
We'll get into that later on. But
We cannot ignore it. We absolutely have to. How was your weekend, though?
My weekend was cool, man. But I'm having an issue with my weekends, man. The weekends are getting too fast for me.
I saw your post yesterday. You said weekends are giving 30-minute breaks.
Yeah, it's giving a 30-minute break, man. I feel like Saturday is the only real day. Sunday is preparation for the Monday. Friday is still the working week. So it's like one day.
And this is why I have been championing for 3-day weekends, because I've noticed this scam since I was young. Because I said really and truly, because I would basically have Saturday, but then Sunday I'm like rounding up my homework and ironing my school uniform for the week. And I said, no, this ain't right.
No, it's not right, man.
It's just Saturday. And Saturday, as an adult, that's when you do your laundry. So you do your adulting admin on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Sundays, you prepare for the new week.
Yeah.
Technically, you never really rest.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Who was it that invented this 5-day working week, man? It was, what's his face, bruv? Henry Ford.
Yeah.
Bastard.
But apparently, though, it wasn't like 6-day weeks when he did it. So when he did it...
I've had this same conversation with someone else where I was giving him slack. They told me, no, he reduced it. Yeah, he reduced it from 6 to 5.
Yes.
Henry Ford, I'm sorry, man. I keep getting this wrong, man.
So we need somebody else now to reduce it to 4.
Yeah, please. I think Elon Musk can probably be the person.
I'm not looking at Elon to do anything.
No?
Elon will bring some factories back. I'm not doing that. We asked for a 3-day weekend.
Or Jeff or someone, man. You know what I mean?
I think Jeff is just... Jeff don't strike me as someone who cares.
Who cares?
Like, man is rich, he's having fun, and that's it.
Yeah, but I think like Elon's, I won't say it's for the people, but he's kind of like on the ground level. He's tweeting, he's
but Elon
saying
is,
stuff. You know
Elon is for himself.
Yeah. But
it's masked for the people.
Okay.
Until he gets his way, then it's apparent that he's for himself.
Because he joked the other day that he's going to buy Man United.
He needs to stop it because he tried to buy Twitter and look, that's in court. He doesn't want to buy it anymore.
Yeah.
So he needs to stop trying to buy things.
I think he's like a kid in the candy store.
Yeah.
He's got all the money in the world. And he's just like, what can I do today?
What can I do?
I'm going to buy a country.
Nigeria, you're up.
Yeah. I'm going to go and buy a football team today because I can.
Exactly. Because I can.
Basically.
Crazy.
Brent, how was your weekend? Actually, no, how's Germany?
Yes, so Brent was away. They missed you.
Germany was cool. Let me just do this.
Also, can I say I really don't like changing the cameras? It's not as easy as it appears when you're having to talk.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah.
When I was letting those two go back and forth, I was a wizard.
Yeah, he was sick at it. Like
when you're talking,
when I'm talking, oh shit, I forgot to even put it on me.
He was talking, it was on me. I said, Yusuf is on. He said, oh yeah.
But when it's just those two, I'm even capturing like her expression. Then back to him, a little laugh here, back to. It was good, but when I was involved, it was a bit.
If you had physical, tactile buttons just like that, it would be easier for you to do that, right? It's because you had a phone and it was the screen you had to basically tap.
Yeah. And
you had to look at the screen to press it, right?
Yeah, of course.
But if it's physical buttons, like I have physical buttons over here. So I know I'm talking.
Yeah. But you know where the buttons are, don't you?
Yeah, I know where the buttons are.
Okay.
I think it would just like taking practice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he was doing well and he was admiring his work too. Yeah. There was times I was catching Yusuf just... I said, all right then, you're in the zone. You are in the zone.
So he was cheering himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
People in the comments as well were like, Yusuf, you're doing a great job. Because they knew he was on the switchboard and they were like, Yusuf, you're doing a great... But Yusuf was in the zone.
Yeah.
Like he was proper in the zone. But when he had to talk...
Yeah. That's when I would lose a bit of focus.
He lose a bit of focus.
Did the man behave himself?
Did the man behave himself?
When does he ever behave
The funniest day was day 2 when he kept... Well, to be fair, on both days he had to go and press the music, but for whatever reason, on day 2, he wasn't doing a great job at it.
He wasn't, because I think he kept forgetting you weren't here.
Yeah.
So I was like, so basically, we had a thing where Yusuf and I would be the last ones to talk.
Yeah.
Allows him time to go and do that and sit back down, catch his breath to do the headlines, right? So we've been talking, but me and Yusuf have run out of things to say because we're looking at him like,
and then what he'll do is, just say the mic's on him. He'll say something dumb. To delay it and give it back to us.
Yeah.
You remember what do you say about the listener? There's a listener. Remember, he goes.
I can't remember.
He said something silly, and we were looking at him like,
what? So he had us in confusion, and he got up and pressed
What? What are you saying right now?
There was times when like he would look at me, like he'd be like, "Okay, wrap it up." Then I wrapped it up, and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, "Do you want to go and?" It was interesting, and then sometimes as well, it's like he couldn't quite get a nice transition to just sit down, kind of thing. Then he'd sit down and be like, "Wait, one sec." It was interesting. It was funny.
Yeah.
The people definitely knew you were away. They knew you were away, but it was fun.
Well, I was at a stag do in Germany. First time being in Germany. We stayed in Berlin, Hilton Berlin, which was really, really cool.
Did they give you a discount code, sorry?
No.
You're out here promoting the hotel.
Oh, okay.
We pay for these things.
I thought you wanted the details, but all right, cool.
Not
I stayed
detail.
in Berlin. Yeah. Itinerary, anything interesting? Not really. Played football for 2 flipping hours, which is needless. And
that how it's meant to be?
It was only 8 of us.
Minutes.
2 guys dropped out. 1 died.
Huh?
Yeah, 1 passed away before. And he was in the group, right? This was so weird.
Sorry, how did we get here? What? I thought you said you were playing
Trigger
football.
warning, death.
Didn't trigger warning after you triggered me already?
Sorry.
He died a few days before the trip.
A few weeks. I didn't know about it though. But he was chilling in a WhatsApp group, right?
He's dead. He can't come out.
Of the WhatsApp group.
He wasn't chilling in the WhatsApp group.
They
He was just
placed
there.
him in the WhatsApp group.
No, but you can't remove someone because they're dead.
Let me walk you through the sequence, right?
Yeah.
This show is ridiculous.
This guy is a cool guy. I really love this guy, right? And all intents and purposes, this dude in my head was the healthiest, fittest guy around, right?
Yeah.
And I had seen him a couple months ago when there was an engagement party at some theatre in Shoreditch for the guy who we're now doing the stag for.
Yeah.
And I'd seen him. I said, "Hey, PJ, it's been a long while, blah, blah, blah. Caught up, blah, blah, blah." So let's say a couple weeks ago, I was added to this stupid group of mine with his silly friends.
Yeah.
The guy who is setting up or organizing the entire trip, he wants everybody in one place. It all makes sense, right? I've muted the group immediately. I don't like WhatsApp groups, right? However, I'm being added in the group. So I've gone in when it is that you want my attention. All right, cool. And it's always to do with money. One of the things were we are going to get this guy a Batman costume, put money in. I said, why do I need to pay for a Batman costume?
Yeah.
I didn't know that people do stuff like this. Like they have to wear weird clothes.
No, it's given.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
That's their own decision, really.
It's given Comic Con.
Have you ever been to
Big Bang
one where
Theory.
it is that they've had to wear?
No.
I haven't been to that many stag do's, but no. There's no costume wearing.
Okay.
I'm a woman, but I don't know this.
Funnily enough, on the way to Germany, we saw a group of white guys, and one of them was wearing like a tutu.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is what they
broad
do.
daylight in the airport, and he was like regular.
But that's Caucasians. Their culture is very different.
Yes, but this guy was wearing a Batman t-shirt. I mean costume, but he didn't wear it to the airport.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm questioning every single purchase because you're not gonna basically just fleece me for money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
understand? But I'm known in that group as the guy who basically is gonna say wild stuff. He's gonna do wild stuff. He's gonna say his mind, right?
Yeah.
They know me for that, right? And nobody else was basically being excited in the group. So I'm seeing money being asked for. I'm also seeing flipping table money being asked for. And as God's my witness, this was
I
the
don't
first
do
trip.
tables.
The first trip where, I've been sitting in 3 shots for years, hearing them talk about table etiquette.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been able to witness it up front. And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so where was I? Yes, group. So PJ's in this group, right? And he didn't speak for the entire time.
Okay.
So I'm the only one basically querying stuff in here.
Yeah.
Everybody else is quiet.
Oh, but I'm scared for what you're about to say
time,
next.
I don't. What?
Are you gonna say you at PJ to respond?
No, I didn't.
Thank God.
There were several guys in the group, like 10 guys in the group.
Yeah.
And they're all of them, like I knew them.
Mm.
A couple white guys I didn't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I just knew there would be white guys there because that's the type of people.
Yeah.
Sorry. These two boys are boys I've known since I came to this country. Our family are friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So these are very, very close guys.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, two of the white boys, I've met them a couple of times.
Mhm.
Greg is probably a cultured white boy. He's a handsome guy.
Mm.
He's with a half Gambian girl.
Okay, Greg.
He's one of
Alright.
us.
Mm.
Yeah?
Go off, bro.
Welcome to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And his sense of humor is right up there.
Oh.
You can go back and forth with cultural
Yeah.
jokes with him.
Okay, Greg.
Really, really good company.
Mm.
And he's handsome. Yes,
Okay.
Mad Men type of handsome.
Okay.
You know,
Mm.
typical chiseled looks and
Mm.
whatnot. He's
Got a beard?
good guy. He has no beard, but
Mm.
you don't mind because he's as handsome as he needs to be with a
Okay.
beard. Yeah, he
Interesting.
could. Yeah, he could do. But anyway, so
You could do.
I'm in this group. I'm talking spicy because I normally do. You need to know you invited me
Mm.
and you've told me I can talk, so I'm talking in this group. I'm asking questions. I don't care how people think I am. But I went too far one time, right?
Ooh.
And one of the guys let me know that they were now about to shave my pockets or tried to shave my pockets,
Mm.
right? Is this table crap.
Mm.
They put in the group, all right, each person has to dish out like 100 euros for this table.
Mm.
So everybody's hasn't spoken,
Mm.
right? So I've come in, I'm like, everybody's crickets in here.
Mm.
Why am I paying money? I don't drink.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Mm,
Yeah.
What am I
that
paying
makes
for?
sense.
Right? So then one of the fellas says, all right, if anybody else has problems with paying this, that, and that, I say, I got no problems with the money.
Mm.
I have a problem with what you said I'm getting for the money.
Mm.
I don't drink.
Am I getting that?
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Am I paying for the luxury and the
The
Comfort.
comfort, the convenience.
table?
Mm.
Yeah.
Is this an entry fee also? Let me know so
Mm.
I can feel
So I know,
comfortable.
yeah.
Because you're not going to fleece me for stuff I'm not going to be partaking in.
Mm.
Mm.
Right? And I know how you man like to drink.
Mm.
This is starting at 100 euros,
Mm.
but it's going to go up.
Yeah.
I need to know before going in what is expected
Yeah.
of me.
Mm.
Right? So they didn't answer my questions.
Mm.
So I responded saying, excuse me.
Yeah.
I know y'all can see
I've
this.
asked the question.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I need to know. Then the guy responded, it's for the entry and it's for the table. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm not paying that.
Mm.
And then one of the guys said, Ty Dolla Sign's going to be performing.
Mm.
And I said, all right, sold. Obviously, my sarcasm didn't cut through
Yeah.
because a whole set of other guys now jumped in and saying, yeah, I'm coming to.
I can't lie to you. When you said
I'm-
sold, I thought you meant, oh, you like Ty Dolla Sign. I didn't know you.
Yeah, even I use a GIF
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, you should have known.
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
sarcastic.
That was a ceiling for me.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Anyway, that encouraged other guys to
Yeah.
now jump in saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, have
Is
I
this-
done something bad?
Is this when you were in London?
This is whilst I was in
Oh,
London.
okay.
I
No,
was
you
doing
influencing the
this
masses.
mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing this mischief. But anyway, so when we now about to go to the hotel, we reached Germany.
Mm.
Kavi now basically says, oh, I really love the fact that it's you and Stephen came.
Mm.
Because obviously we are the littiest mother effers there, the
Mm.
coolest guys there.
Mm.
And he loves the fact that we took time out of our busy schedules to
Yeah.
come there.
Mm.
Because again, we don't normally do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with them kind of boys. They're not
Yeah.
cool guys, right?
Mm.
So he's really happy that you got the cool guys there.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we're about to go in now. And then he says it's been a long month.
Mm.
And then he mentions a couple of things.
Yeah.
The preparation, PJ. I said, what do you mean PJ? What happened to PJ? Oh, did you hear? No. Oh, PJ passed. Passed what? The exam? What did he pass?
Bren,
Mm.
please. Don't put the camera on me. Put it on YouTube.
He said he died. I said, what do you mean he died? Yeah, from cancer. I said, what do you mean from
That's heavy.
cancer?
Mm.
I just saw him the other day.
Mm.
He said, yeah. And at the end, he was like literally a matchstick. Kind of had to
No.
come and look to basically help him to go back to Sierra Leone and whatnot.
Oh, really?
He got married 9 months ago.
Mm.
Oh,
He got married 9
no.
months ago. Do you understand? And that, never mind Cahill, mother effer. I saw Cahill in those Facebook pictures. Kyle is a different guy.
Mm.
He was in the country and he never told me he was in the country. I had to see him on Facebook.
Mm.
Then I had to drop something off at his father's house. I saw him there. He's like, come in. I said, oh, come in.
She didn't
I'm
tell
not
me you were
coming
here.
in. You should have told me you were here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see me here. I'll drop this off and I'm gone.
Mm.
So why you be like that? Because of principle. How dare you? I'm not even the type of guy who wants to see you.
Mm.
You understand? I don't even want to see you. But the
Mm.
fact that is that I saw you on Facebook and you told me to come in, disgusted.
Mm.
I ain't seen you in 5 years, bro.
Bro said I'm not the type of guy who wants to see you anyway.
No. So it's the principle. Anyway, so that's when I was like, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
PJ.
Like, how? And then they said basically, and this is why it is that people should go and check up, get regular checkups, because when they went, he was in Sierra Leone, they were like, there's nothing there. It's cool, blah, blah, blah. But then they took the same scans and came over here and they said, no, come check. And for a whole year, he had
Crap.
this particular lump. And then over the course of a few months, it just
Widespread.
ran through his body completely and licked him up. And unfortunately, like he passed. And
Yeah, so can I get open?
Yeah.
It's a bit more chilly.
can you
Oh,
all
rest-
tell Emmanuel why is he calling? I need y'all to.
E-man, why are you
Sad.
calling?
No, I'm calling
Oh.
because I don't understand what he's doing.
Oh, that's so sad, man.
Yeah, it is.
Rest in peace to PJ.
Rest in peace to PJ, man.
Loved his
Yeah.
wife. And his...
I need to
Did
go
he have
and get a
children?
scan, man.
No.
Can you pick up?
He just called me. I hate when
Yeah, I hear him.
dumb
I
stuff
call you
like
guys
that.
saying it.
Yo,
This is Big Booty Bitches live on air. You are live, sir. How may we help
how
you?
is it?
It is.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that at
Well,
all. How's everyone doing?
this time. What do you mean you weren't expecting that this time?
I wasn't expecting that.
We were calling you about the document because there was a part missing. But we see that it's now.
No, do you know what it is? It's no, it was filled in from before, but you lot didn't refresh the document.
We did.
So what happened? I don't know why that happened then.
No. And the black ancestors were preventing it from happening.
Nah, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think they were
So what's happened now? What stage are we at now?
the intro.
All right, thank you very much
so-
for calling. Are you finished?
Yeah,
Can
I'm
we
finished.
continue then?
What do you mean?
No, we need to get off the phone. I don't understand what you're doing.
So wait, is it live though?
Yeah,
no,
we actually
it's not live.
It's not
we are
live.
recording.
But we're recording.
But it's
Nigga,
recorded.
get off the
Okay,
phone.
See you later.
Anyway, all right, cool. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's sad, you know, and that's
Yeah.
heavy for you to find out when you're at the
100%.
place of thingy.
100%. And then Kyle then sees me and says, "Oh, sorry." Dude.
Kyle has got lots of story.
Then
about.
I asked the question, is it? I asked the question, but he was in the group. And then the guy's like, "Yeah, it's hard to get rid of him." I'm like, "What?
What do you mean hard to get
I'll be
rid of
honest
him?
with you. If
Yeah, but him being in the group or not doesn't make a difference. He's not there. He's just.
yeah, but
He placed him there for sentiment.
oh wait, was
Oh,
he
he put him in the group after he passed.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
wait,
I thought he passed
wait.
during.
That's why I said it's hard to get rid of him. It's the whole sentiment stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is Kyle okay?
This was Kavid,
Who created the group?
Nick. And I think he had asked.
Bro, your friends are weird.
I understand it now that they've told me that
Yeah.
because that's the kind of stuff they'll do.
Yeah.
I can't do stuff like that because my group is cool. My friends are cool. I can't run jokes like that.
Brett decided to remove you if you die when the group is formed.
Have you seen the caveat of this whole conversation that these people are not cool? And that the nerds, that he and Steven are the cool ones.
Understand when we came to this country,
Yeah.
every single Christmas we spent with this family. Right?
Mm.
Oh, really? Oh.
These are like our
Who?
very
As in the
good
group?
With
friends.
PJ.
Kahil
Oh,
and
Kyle.
Kavid,
Okay.
right?
they
Again, our
brothers?
parents, yes.
Oh, okay.
Our parents, again, came to this country
Yeah.
together, teachers and whatnot.
Yeah. Where are they from?
Trinidad.
Oh, okay. No.
Is people there?
I came
Kavid.
to the country with them.
No, Kavid sounds
Is he Muslim?
kind of like, doesn't sound like a Trinidad.
Song Indian.
Is that
Yeah, no,
He's
Yeah.
half Indian and half
Oh,
black.
is it?
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded
And
Arabic.
Kahil also sounds the same.
You said Kyle at first.
Kahil.
Oh, you said Kyle. Okay.
So there's a,
Yeah.
and there's a Kyle as well, isn't there?
There's no Kyle.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So
Kyle.
you said Kyle.
It's
Yeah.
because I say it fast. Kahil.
No, at times you said Kyle, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
because
songs like Kahil. Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't have
Okay.
said Kyle because his name's not Kyle.
See, I thought the group was created and then PJ was in there.
And he
No.
passed
died
away
during.
during.
No,
Yeah.
I if that was the case, I would have removed him if I created a group.
I know you would have. You're savage.
That's not about.
God forbid I ever die
savagery.
yet. Don't remove from the TDA group.
No, but removing him doesn't matter. He's not there.
Yeah, but it's just sentimental.
Each time I see his face
Where?
in the group,
No,
that's
but,
what
no,
happens.
Remove
to
her
him.
picture.
you only see it if you click on who's in the group. When you're just having a chat in a group, you don't
Yeah.
see his name.
Yeah, but I know he's there. I'm not there.
So I know.
I need to remove him. It's weird. It's weird.
No, I think it's sentimental.
That's what I'm saying. I now know it was sentiment,
Yeah.
but they added him to begin with.
Yeah.
They
Now
wanted him
that's
to
Yeah,
it.
no,
basically enjoy all the
Yeah,
pictures.
That I get it.
Adding him is pointless. He's not there.
Because I'm the type to be like, if everyone's talking, I'll be like, oh, PJ. That's what I thought you did. I thought you at PJ. Like, PJ, we haven't heard from you. That
To be
would be
honest, to be honest.
You nearly did.
To be
How
honest.
how close were you to doing
No,
that?
I'm not. Honestly, Yusuf,
Yeah.
right? Because of what they did to
Yeah.
us, and
Yeah.
did not tell us, and
Yeah.
then just add a ghost
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they tell you that he's passed away?
Because
I'm
we
not-
learned that Cahill
I'm-
don't tell people
I'm
things.
not that close to PJ.
Yeah.
I know PJ.
Yeah.
Met him a few times.
Mm.
Not that close.
Okay.
Like if Kahil or Kavid passed, God forbid,
Yeah.
I would expect
Yeah, you
someone from the family to tell me,
Yeah.
but not PJ.
Yeah.
No, but if someone's added into the group and you guys meant to go on holiday together,
Tell me.
just FYI, guys.
Yeah. Tell him. FYI, guys. PJ passed away a few weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we'll
This
put one
is
up
it.
for him when we get
And
there.
the thing is, everybody there in the group, even the white boys,
Mm.
knew about his
Yes.
passing.
Okay.
And black boys, the cool boys, didn't.
So you and Stephen just didn't know.
Didn't know.
So when I mentioned about, by the way, I would have at PJ, you were gonna make a confession. What was it? You did at him, didn't you? You did. I can see in your little.
Hey yo,
beady eyes.
PJ, long
You
time,
did.
my nigga.
So I thought about it because of how flippantly Kavid told me that he's just there, it's hard to get rid of him. So I thought, oh, you guys are joking, yeah?
Oh, when you said that, you didn't know what he meant by that.
No, I did know what he meant by
Oh.
that, but I was like, you now give me permission to now get him involved in
Yeah.
matter.
But
I didn't know if it would be taken like
But-
peacefully.
okay, so did you believe that he was dead?
Yes.
You believed he was gonna dead, and you were still gonna at him in the group.
Yes.
Only because of what he said and how he said it. Like he wanted him to be part of all the jovial.
So you wanted to be the one who to bring inclusivity into the group.
Well, how far are you taking this?
You're a sicko. Do you know that?
I wanted to see if it is, if I started, if the boys would jump in, I'm thinking, this is sad. This is a group of
That
sad
would
guys.
have been the wrong group chat to do that.
what if, you know? Nah, we don't do it.
We're already here.
No, you know how like parents make Instagram for their kids,
Yeah.
but then they speak for them. Imagine
His wife replied.
Kyle or Kavid made an account for
I can't.
PJ
Yeah.
and was typing
Mm.
as him in the group
Mm.
to keep him keep his name alive.
Do you know what?
I mean-
There's probably some culture somewhere where they do that.
Yeah,
I saw something the other day. I wish I remembered what it was. No, basically,
yeah.
you know, like Mexicans, they have these cultures of keeping the dead alive and they clear with the bodies.
Yeah, they
and
celebrate with dead and
Yeah.
that.
this one, they took the corpse on holiday.
I think I saw that. Yeah, and they were in the club, innit?
Yes, and they did everything.
Yeah.
They had girls dance
That's
twerking on
actually
him,
sick. To be
had
fair.
him in a drink, had cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The corpse,
Sick as in good or sick as in
sick as in sicko,
Sick as a nasty, wrong. It's
Yeah.
wrong.
as in,
Imagine being in the
Yeah.
club and there's a dead body
Yeah,
next to you.
yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah,
and he was
yeah.
smoking. They had him in different
Yeah, I
shots.
saw that, yeah,
He had
yeah.
Hennessy in his hand one
Yeah.
time, had cigarettes, was doing this, had a girl twerking on him.
But
Was
why did,
dancing,
but why
it
did the
was-
club owners let them in? The
Because
dead
they
body?
were just masters of sentiments. Imagine what monster you are if you say you can't have that.
Nah, you can't bring a dead body.
Not
into
my
a
club,
That's-
though, I'll tell you no.
That's
I don't care about being a
Mm.
monster, but some people it's all sentiment. And if it's like a cultural thing, if the owner's Mexican, the owner probably said to his worker bees, "When I die, you do the same thing for me."
You
So
think-
they get it.
Do you think they had to show his ID as well? Or not?
Probably. Yeah, because it's part of the club experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, mate, you can't. No, not tonight, lads.
Nah, that's
They gotta get at least one.
That is wrong on all levels. Don't bring a dead body to the club.
You gotta do one not tonight, lads.
Nah.
Sorry, you're banned to me.
Yeah, I have to make them buy a table to be honest. But yeah, so table etiquette, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to give me a story.
This is
All
so
right.
funny.
How much have you actually spent on a table? Obviously, in Germany is a bit different, I guess, and depending on where you go.
What, on one table?
Yeah, because there were like 9 of us.
I think the highest amount I've had to split, I think it was the last night in Dubai, or the second night in Dubai. We spent, I think maybe like $250 each. On a table.
That's including the drinks. and stuff,
£250.
innit?
Yeah. Well, I think so. I can't remember the exact, but I remember the last night of Dubai, we spent quite a lot each on the table.
Okay, because I was gonna be shaffy if it was like 4 figures. I was scared.
Because
to
we had to get 2 tables because so much of us. And I feel like on my table was less people. So I feel like we had to divvy up more. But I can't remember what the amount was, but I know it was a lot.
Sorry. So y'all didn't get charged before. It was at the end. Because if you say 250 each, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's after you've.
Yeah, so
calculated
in
all of the
Dubai, we paid for our tables at the club.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For
Free
example,
second drinks.
whereas in Ghana, we all paid before.
Yeah. And then you'll have to buy the drink separately?
No, the drinks are included. If you want extra drinks, you buy extra drinks. But the price we're paying is for a particular drink package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it started off like that, and then more drinks were added because of
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if you want additional
more
drinks, you just pay.
the
pay more.
thirsty individuals that were invited on the table.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who are the thirsty individuals, Brent?
Hmm.
What gender are they?
But by the way, this is not my table. Yeah. So anything that I now say, I had no control over this particular soiree.
That's
yeah?
great. You didn't answer my question, sir.
There were females involved in this particular.
The women
incident.
involved.
There were males and there were females. There were males and there were females.
As
There
in-
were men
as in-
and there were women.
As an additional men to
There
the
were
party.
men and there were women,
Okay.
which was hilarious.
I'll only come get his ass.
How can men that you don't know be coming on your table? That's madness.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men you don't know.
Brent is gonna see the free shots come back. You know, I get it.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Y'all are justified.
this group
Yeah.
of individuals that
Yeah.
we went with,
Yeah.
funny bunch,
Yeah.
right? One
We
in
know.
particular.
We know
Bringing
they're funny
men back.
bunch.
All right, cool.
Wait, he invited men to the table.
Yes.
Why?
Do they like men?
Oh, if he likes men, no, that's fine then.
Is
So
it
that's-
fine?
Yeah, because that's his
If you like-
business.
He's not gay.
Oh, okay then.
So what's he inviting them for?
Do you all want to hear the story or do you all just want
So
to answer
your
questions?
friends were just shocked.
I go
Sorry,
break it
carry
down,
on,
break it
bro.
down.
You sure?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
positive.
Cool.
I love the story.
You can ask questions whilst I'm talking, but
Yeah, go on,
Okay,
break it
go on,
down, break it
bro,
down.
sorry. We had to get that out of the way to understand why
All
they're
right.
on the table.
So we reached there. This is a 24-hour club, by the way. Are you hearing this?
What?
24 hours this club runs.
That's insane.
Insane in the memory. But anyway, we arrived
what?
at
In the membrane.
10:30, bit too old for your reference, but you know,
Yeah, I love being a baby on here.
it's all right.
I bring in the younger crowd.
10:30 we arrive, right? We get in. There's no problems, but there's nobody in there, right?
Mm.
Of
So
course not. It's just 10:30
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
24
10
hours.
is very early. For a 24
For a 24-hour
as well.
club, you gotta get there at 3 a.m.
Now we were told to get there before 12 because it would have been a problem then getting in afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So anyway, we're in there and these people are on our seats.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was occupying seats. And again, it was very empty. And let's just say the club is 3 size the size of this room.
Mm.
Mm.
So it's in my head, this is not a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
Something.
it's
People
a
have
community. It's not even a
converted
community room.
room into whatever, right? So I'm like, this can't be it. This can't be what you're gonna be doing for your, send off,
Mm.
sir.
Yeah.
But it apparently told me when it gets packed, then they open up the other part
Yeah.
and it becomes more of a club.
Mm.
All right, cool. Because I'm thinking Ty Dolla Sign's not. I'm not gonna be touching his head
Mm.
when he's performing. It must be something else. But anyway, so myself, Stephen, just remember we the cool niggas, right?
Mm.
And we've sat down because Stephen drinks, I don't drink.
Mm.
But this is their party.
Mm.
I'm here because Nick has begged me to be here. On several occasions, I threatened, if you guys keep messing about, I'm gonna go home, right?
Yeah.
I threaten each and every time. If you'll give me an opportunity, I'm not coming because this is not my scene.
Mm.
And I'm only coming here for Kyle,
Yeah.
for Kavid, sorry. But
Is
Nick,
Kavid the groom?
yeah.
Okay.
Nick really, really like pitched it to me and then everybody else, and especially the handsome guy, Greg.
Mm.
He's like, Brendan, you need to be there. I'm like, all right. So I'm there. And I'm drinking my water,
Mm.
right? My lovely water. They got some water for me, right?
Mm.
Can't we get a young juice or something?
I don't drink. So,
No, juice.
as in, there
Yeah.
was cranberry juice. But in my
Yeah.
head, if I drank that, I'm taking extra dilution away from people who needed it.
No, you could have ordered a drink separately. You could have got a young orange juice or something.
I don't want to
No,
pay.
but he's already
I
paid
didn't-
100 for the table.
I'm already I'm vexed.
At least, no, but what I'm saying is,
That's how the jackal
I'm
what I'm
chase.
saying is,
protested.
man being in a club, have some flavour in your mouth. Let the taste buds swim a
You're
bit.
right.
Get some sugar.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Get some
You're
sugar
right.
in
There's
you, mate.
nothing wrong with what you said.
Yeah.
Nothing. But there are things wrong with what happened afterwards.
Okay.
So, music is good. Tomorrow's music is good. They're mixing nicely, right? I'm seeing bare white chicks. Obviously, I'm in Germany. But these white chicks are quite decent.
Okay.
And some of these white chicks have bum and good face.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? This is a good combination for a white girl.
The criticals.
This is very, very good.
Hmm.
And obviously, they were interested in certain men on that table.
Definitely the cool guys.
Definitely the cool guys.
Yep.
But the cool guys were at the back of the table. And the other guys were at the front
and center.
just kind of gating this particular enclosure.
Yeah.
Right? And it looked like they knew what they were doing because they brought some drinks and they stood up in a line and they were just looking at the bar, just doing that, right? so
Do you remind me of? Do you know that meme
Well,
of
your
that
bobbin
young
is killing
Indian
me.
boy in the club with his sunglasses?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He's not even Indian. He's not Indian. He's
Isn't he?
very white.
Oh.
Nah,
Is that a white boy?
he's white.
They don't make whites like they used to anymore. We used to be a country, bro.
yeah. So,
That's it.
I am enjoying myself just out of pure observation
Yeah.
right here. Because I'm seeing girls, and I'm just seeing the
Yeah.
Those skanks.
jig. Now, there's this other guy called Phil, and it's important to know and visualize who Phil is and what he
Yeah.
looks like. Phil is a backpacker.
Okay.
You just look at him and
Yeah.
you don't ask him what he does or what he is. You just know he's a backpacker.
Yeah.
Picture that, right? Now,
What's a
we had
backpacker?
someone who basically travels to different countries.
And then just one backpack.
Yeah.
He could carry his life in his
one
backpack,
Yeah,
but
that scare me.
they have a look. And
Okay,
Yeah.
when- they don't go to hotels. They go and chill in a hostel.
Yeah.
85
Okay,
different
yeah.
man.
Mm.
They
I
have
can see what-
sandals and they look like they don't bathe.
Yeah. I know exactly the look.
The
you're talking
disciple
about.
joint.
So anyway, he was there,
Yeah.
right? And all he's doing all 3 days is smoking.
Yep.
And Kyle is saying, we need to get him a chick.
Mm.
You're not Jesus.
Mm.
You can't just perform miracles.
Mm.
Especially when this guy, he didn't go to the club as though he was going to the club.
Mm.
He went like he was going
On a hike.
to
Jerusalem.
He came with a busted t-shirt,
What is that?
busted pants. And I'm thinking, what is this? He still got let in because he was with us and
Yeah.
he came early. He would have not gotten in otherwise.
Peak
Yeah.
time.
But he's there saying, all right, he's there snapping, this is great. I'm going to get something today. And he was very vocal.
Mm.
Like, the strange thing about this group is that they're very vocal and very expressive with their emotions and how they feel. So
Okay.
on the off, you might just see two of them just hugging and say, I love you, and I love you.
Mm.
And then they will go about life as normal.
Just
right?
randomly.
Just randomly.
Okay.
I love you, brother.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bloody hell. And sometimes they would catch me looking and I'm just shaking my head.
Mm.
And then both of them would come to me and
And
say,
tell you they
"Great,
love
looks
you."
like you need a hug. I was like, go on. And they would come and just do
Mm.
it. And I'm like, yeah, I feel so much better now.
This is.
How was it for you?
Was this in the club?
No, this was
I was
at
gonna say
after
this is why you
football.
had men on the table, not women.
I like. Oh,
Alright.
mate.
So, yeah, all these girls. And then in my head, I'm thinking, all right, cool. Maybe you all haven't looked to do anything with these girls because you're waiting for the supreme buffness
Yeah.
to come true. And then we saw like a little horde of black girls just
Mm.
in front of them. And again, these boys didn't do anything different to the girls that were walking in front of them, black girls,
Mm.
than they did with the white girls.
Oh,
So
no.
we're like, maybe they're not on it.
Yeah.
Right? So we poked Kyle and Kyrie said, like, are you here for something other than what we think you're here for?
Mm.
Which is to enjoy yourself and to be in the company of good looking women.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right? And then Kyle's like, just warm up. I'm like, cool.
Mm.
So, and we're just observing.
Yeah.
My brother is married.
Yeah,
He's not
of
there
course.
for that, but
Yeah.
he still keeps telling me, look, I don't understand these people. I don't understand. One, if I'm going clubbing
Yeah.
and I'm single, it's impossible for me to basically, you've seen Stephen, right?
Yeah.
Handsome whatever.
Yeah.
Impossible for me to basically come here and not collect something.
Mm.
Impossible. And whilst I'm here, I need company,
Mm.
Yeah.
right? I don't understand what these guys are doing.
Mm.
These guys are single impossible. But anyway, after a while, we see some of the nice two black girls come back and just stand right in front of the line of boys.
Okay,
Just
so they're making
doing that.
themselves. Okay.
I understand this was all new to me. This is all happening in real time, and I'm just relaying what these few shots boys have been saying.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it play out. And I'm thinking,
Live.
whoa, they were peacocking,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Like mad. And as God's my witness, Kyle and Kavi could never get these girls,
Mm.
right? But they look nice, but they could never get this. It's not on the same
Mm.
level. So one of the girls now, who was dressed as though she wearing booty shorts, right?
Yeah.
Not booty shorts, pom pom shorts.
Okay.
It
There's
wasn't booty
difference.
shorts,
Yeah.
pom pom shorts, right? And she now does this to Cahill, and Cahill was like, all right, let me talk to you.
Mm.
Talk. Maybe 3 minutes.
Mm.
And then it parted,
Mm.
the line parted, and then it came in,
Yeah.
right?
No.
And then she was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe let's
Now
go
they're
what
doing
we're doing.
something. Yeah.
Went
Little
straight to
action. Little action.
straight to the bucket,
Yeah.
you know?
Little
some
drink.
juice.
That's a
Yeah.
drink. Yeah.
And then after
And then we'll go
Effed
away.
off.
Wow. They didn't even stay.
Effed off.
They didn't stay for a little mingle.
so
A little mingle.
So Steve
Uh-huh.
starts laughing and says, "See, this is what you want. This is what to choose." So anyway, 2 minutes afterwards, now them two girls come back.
For more
Well,
drink.
for a top up.
They have two friends.
Okay. Oh.
Got two friends.
They're
Listen,
thirsty too.
They ain't drinking the juice over there, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A little parlaying with Kyle again,
Mm.
and they've now come in.
Yeah.
Turns out the one that they used as bait,
Mm.
Yeah.
she was oof.
Mm.
She had a body and everything. She can't speak English.
Okay.
She can't speak English.
Yeah.
Convenient.
So Kyle looking to talk to her, she's like, no, she don't speak English.
Mm.
So she's just like,
Yeah.
but she could understand the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it turns out like later on at night, she could speak English.
Mm.
And we saw her speaking English like over there.
Yeah.
With another guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, all of that was hilarious.
Oh dear.
Now, Cahill has a problem because he has no problem getting girls, but the quality is lacking,
Mhm.
right? And it's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say it's a problem. He goes where he is tolerated,
Okay.
right?
Mm.
And celebrated, to be honest. But it's always with
You what?
a clappers.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what he's I don't use words like that. He
Mm.
basically uses
This is
words like
his.
that.
You
Yeah,
better
yeah,
say
yeah.
you're not gonna get me.
Yeah. He uses words like that. And he spotted one that was very, very warm to his advances
Mm.
just to the side of him. And for the entire evening, well, night, he was there saying, brother, I'm going to catch a wine with this one. I said, brother, you could do more, obviously. But go ahead.
So you could do more.
This is shoot for the stars.
Oh, that's fine.
Now, there's a guy
I'm
called
so
there's a
done.
guy called Franklin. Now, he's another cool guy, to be
Mm.
honest. He's very reserved. He's a rapper.
Mm.
And he wore like a bucket hat with the tassels.
Mm.
And he looked like he had hemp kind of pants on, like
Mm.
trousers.
Yeah.
And an oversized type of shirt, but it was
Mm.
still cool,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? So just picture that vibe.
Yeah.
And he walks and talks as though like he's smooth and he's on weed high all the time.
Mm.
He's the nigga that basically kept bringing guys back. Only because
Okay.
in my head, they saw him and thought he's the plug, as in for weed.
Okay.
So all night, guys are approaching him and just talking.
Asking for weed.
Yeah. And then there was one time I turned around and saw a black male hand in the bucket. Just grab his ice.
Just one hand like this.
Yeah.
It's like,
So I do that.
yeah.
I said, what you doing?
Yeah.
Because I see this foreign nigga.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Yeah.
And then Frank now comes from behind him. 'Cause I didn't see him. I was like, no, he's with me. He's with me.
Yeah.
So Steven turns around and said, what do you mean he's with you?
Yeah.
His hand is in a bucket.
Was he with the bills
What,
when we
what
paid
do you
for this?
mean? Then
This is
Franklin
hilarious.
Oh, this is
Franklin
funny.
said, basically, he gave me weed.
Oh, okay.
So I
Oh,
brought
so it's like
him.
a trade
Trade-off,
thing.
yeah.
Who gave you permission?
Yeah.
You didn't give us weed. You gave
Did
you
we
weed.
smoke weed?
Yeah.
Did we get in on that?
Yeah.
So he's gonna put his hand in. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I said, don't worry. Any guys I bring, it's because they're with me.
Yeah.
And then Stephen said, hey, that changes nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah. And they ain't with you. You just met them here.
You met them here.
Like,
And you're the only one who gets the benefits of them being with you.
yeah.
No,
What a
there were
joker.
two pristine beanies on the other side of the bar.
Yeah.
Once it is the place was opened up.
Yeah.
I know
Beanies?
side came in before.
Girls.
Beanies are
That's it. That's what he uses.
Yeah,
Beanies. It's a very
supreme leggings.
old,
Like a
old
worldie.
word for girls.
yeah,
Oh.
supreme lengths, man. But Ty Dolla Sign performed and we didn't hear a lick because the acoustics are rubbish, whatever. But he did his 15 minutes and he went. The club was packed and everything. These two girls there were just eyeing myself and Stephen for the entire night. And they were by a guy who was giving them drinks. But it looked as though they wanted company.
Yeah.
So we're telling Kyle, look, them over there, bring them.
Yeah.
He said, I have to walk over there. I said, but
Kyle.
they look like they want to be as
Yeah.
opposed to the ones who were just,
You were just
Yeah.
coming in
dry.
for drinks.
Yeah.
Then he's like, no, it's all right. To be honest, it's not my tail,
Yeah.
it's my party. So
By the way, have you got a good picture?
of all of them,
Yeah.
yeah, I could show you.
I want to put
think I
faces
think
I
to
want to
these
put
guys.
faces. Yeah.
yeah, I think we have. I'll you'll make sense of all these people. But anyway,
Yeah.
we left at 3.
Mm.
As in myself and Stephen Kavid, who is the groom.
Yeah.
Kahil stayed until 7, right? Because he
Yeah.
got his words clappers and he was whining or whatever. Greg
So
also
he's
stayed.
happy to be accompanying the clappers.
Yes.
That might be because he was okay, can't lie to you, mate.
Yeah. I think
Might be a reason
his
for that.
eyesight is a bit different than mine, right? Because he might actually think we're not clappers.
Okay.
But anyway, so Greg stays. Greg is the handsome white guy.
Oh yes.
He stayed with Kahil. And we asked Greg the next day at breakfast, what happened afterwards? Because y'all stayed till 7. He said Kahil basically took them into the main area and he was trying to basically whine on other men's chicks. And then each time, like, he would then turn around and say, I'll fight you, you know.
Oh,
So
Who, Greg?
Cahill.
Kahil was
Okay.
saying that.
Oh.
Greg is too fine for that.
Too fine. So I said, so what would you have done, Greg, if it is he done
Yeah.
that? He said, I left Kyle.
Yeah.
So when now Kyle comes in for breakfast, we're telling Kyle, I heard that you were basically moving wild after we left. You know, you can't do stuff like that if it is that we're not there. Because you get finished. And he was like, oh, I'm 37. There's no man that's going to stop me out. I said, what does
It's
that
not
mean?
about
Yeah.
the age, sir.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know, if you see him, you know he's shattered absolute was, right? Because you're not superhuman. You're not Superman.
But even AJ got
You're
beat.
not Iron Man. Yeah, but so this is the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
He has bravado and he would talk a good game and this, that, and next. But it was just basically, boost up his ego whilst they said, you don't need to do this. It's all men here. And both of us know you're chatting crap.
Yeah.
So let's stop talking.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in my head, when you go to places like this with your boys,
Yeah.
do you always make sure that wherever you'll go, everybody's accounted for?
Yeah.
To me, that's normal,
Yeah.
especially when
Yeah.
you're in a foreign country with racist whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this Phil guy, right, backpacker,
Oh yeah.
we at one point in time used these e-scooters to get around the city. Now, I love Berlin for that. Like, they got e-scooters everywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, you drop it, go about your business, pick up some other scooters down the line, and
Yeah.
whatnot, and they go quite fast. Like, people are just buzzing
Yeah.
on the streets and everything. So we were heading back to the hotel, and they left Phil right where it is that we picked the scooters up. And they only realized that Phil wasn't there when we arrived at the hotel. I can't understand that.
But Phil too. Did you not see everybody leaving?
So,
Because it's
again,
one of Phil and 8 of y'all.
apparently, Phil is the type of guy that he's not even cussing them out for leaving him. He would like,
It's an adventure.
it fell where it fell, so let me just find my way. So
Yeah.
he put message in the group, I'm walking back to the hotel, guys. The hotel's 15 minutes
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like an hour.
Yeah.
Phil,
But
get on a
that's
scooter.
Phil. And he wouldn't even be cussing them. He would just be whistling in his head
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I can't go to a place like that and not basically do stuff together and make sure, all right, if that's what you want to do, you want to stay back, it's because you've made a choice, but let us know
I'm definitely
during that time.
behind.
But this is the type of group they are.
Yeah.
So just to place that in your head.
Yeah.
Other than that, that was it. There was no other exciting aspect other than that. They said to me they were going to get a midget stripper for him.
Little person.
They said, I'm just using their words. Every single thing that sounds wayward is because I am just
words.
using their words. I'm just quoting straight. I don't talk like this.
Okay.
Do you understand? So they said
I know this. I'm just making sure.
They were going to get a midget stripper. You understand? I tried to correct them and say little person, but they wouldn't hear me. So they said midget stripper, right? I don't know if it is. I'd have been there.
Well,
I don't know if I would have been there. I
Well,
don't think
It's gonna be a woman or a man.
I think it was a woman. It was a female midget. Again, these are words that they're saying. A female midget.
You're killing me. You're
But
killing
yeah,
me.
that was the whole crux of that 3-day gallivanting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about over here?
Where we went?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting that Berlin serves rubbish food.
Yeah.
But the meat there that they have in them like regular quote unquote burger joints, it tastes different. It tastes like meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was shit saying
It
you're
was
vegan.
juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nasty.
Very.
It's nasty. What meat's nasty?
Nasty. Like, if the meat tastes like meat.
No, he's saying that is exquisite.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
is
would.
it?
You would.
I thought it was nasty.
No. So I went to a restaurant and it kind of was just like a bear garden, right?
Yeah.
Like their focus wasn't food; it was bear.
Okay.
So I've sat down now and I've ordered the thing that I'm thinking is the best thing on the because everything else looks rubbish.
Yeah.
And it was meatballs and mashed potato, right? Meatballs.
That
and
would
mashed
look
potato.
like the best
That
thing to order.
looked like the best thing to order. When it comes now, the color of the meatballs is as though, you know, when you do a meatball patty,
Yeah.
a little ball, and you may lightly just stir fry it,
Yeah.
and it just gets a tiny bit of color.
Yeah.
It hasn't turned like brown yet or going to black.
It's like it warmed up.
It just warmed up.
Yeah.
That's the color of the meatballs they gave me. Plus, it was in some sour chive sauce with mashed potatoes that didn't have butter in it, right? It tasted like primary school swill.
That's nasty.
That's what I had to eat that first day. And I'm not suggesting that this is
the culture of the land.
No,
But
it's just that restaurant.
That's nasty.
But the burger was just a regular burger place.
Yeah.
And that meat was lovely.
Okay.
You if you eat it, you would understand that Burger King is not a good place in this country.
Really?
Yes, because that tastes like proper meat.
Okay.
Yeah. No GMO stuff. Doesn't taste like that. But yeah, that is it. I've taken enough of you guys' time. That's literally it. That is it.
That was a fun. It was
It was a fun story.
I love
fun
that.
story.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle, Kavid,
Phil, Greg,
Franklin,
yeah,
and the man.
we go Greg with your fine self.
Yeah.
I want to say picture of Greg too.
Let's not forget PJ, R.I.P.
R.I.P. PJ. R.I.P. PJ.
Yeah.
They're in spirit on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that. Yes. Just some information for you guys. You guys have definitely enjoyed this story. So like this video, comment, subscribe, join our community because I know that out there, some of you watching this evening are thinking,
Damn, hold on, we're still on the intro.
babes, yeah, we ain't window one
Goddamn.
headline. I know some of you are thinking, I thought these heifers would have gone live. But we are not going live. And you would have got the information, you would have got the message if you were part of our TNB network. So this is really a time to join us. So type into your browser, community.thenewblack.com, and you will...
Black with an X.
Black with an X. You will get some tea and all that kind of great stuff. And we will be giving you guys a full rundown about how we'll be using the community space for the New Black and of course the TDA, for TDA as well this week. So register, community.thenewblack.com, black with an X, and get used to the layout and all that great stuff, and we'll give you guys more information. 1 hour later, let's get into our first headline. All right, so Sturgeon suggests renationalising energy. Nicola Sturgeon has said renationalising energy companies should be on the table to tackle the crisis caused by rising power costs. Scotland's First Minister warned a looming disaster was set to get worse if the next household energy price cap rise comes into effect in October. She also said the Ofgem's next increase, to be announced on Friday, should not be allowed to go ahead. The UK government said struggling households will receive some support. However, last week, the Scottish government estimated 36% of homes will be in fuel poverty. Fuel poverty is defined as the cost of heating a home being more than 10% of the household's income. This is after tax and housing costs have been deducted. Based on an Ofgem price cap of £2,800, by October, the status would apply to 906,000 of all households across Scotland. Ms. Sturgeon is to convene a summit this week with Scotland's major energy companies on improving advice and support for people struggling with energy bills. In an interview with BBC Scotland's The Sunday Show, she said, "I want us to come together to call on the UK government to take the action only it can take. This is going to cause destitution and devastation. This will cause loss of life if real action is not taken to stem this crisis." Ms. Sturgeon added, "This further increase in people's energy bills can't be allowed to go ahead because it is making it impossible for people to provide the basics for themselves and their families. But it is also continuing to fuel inflation, which of course is causing the problem in the first place." Sis is doing the good works, in my opinion, because it's nice to see someone in the government actually talking about how something needs to be done and not just, keeping quiet about it. All right, the next headline. So the World Health Organization, WHO, director suggests, the World Health Organization, WHO, Director General suggests racism. So the WHO's Director General Tedros has suggested that racism is behind a lack of international attention being paid to the plight of civilians in Ethiopia's war-shattered Tigray region, calling it the worst humanitarian crisis in the world, with 6 million people unable to access basic services. Tedros, who is from Tigray, questioned in an emotional appeal why the situation is not getting the same attention as the Ukraine conflict. Maybe the reason is the colour of the skin of the people, he said at a virtual media briefing on Wednesday. In April this year at a briefing, he questioned whether black and white lives in emergencies worldwide are given equal attention. For those unaware, fighting between Ethiopian and Tigrayan forces have left thousands dead and hundreds of thousands facing severe food insecurity. Last year, the crisis set a world record for displacements in a single year, causing over 5.1 million displacements. WHO Emergencies Director Mike Ryan also hit out at an apparent shortage of concern about the drought and famine unfolding in the Horn of Africa and the ensuing health crisis. "No one seems to give a damn about what's happening in the Horn of Africa," said Ryan, speaking at a virtual media briefing on Wednesday. It's sad.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
That looks like Targaryen. Targaryen is a family.
Was it okay?
A group of people in Game of Thrones. So when I saw that, I thought, wait a minute,
Are they real?
Are they real? Is this a Targaryen from Game of Thrones?
You're gonna watch the new series? First episode dropped.
Is it good? Is it good?
Oh, I haven't seen it. I downloaded it, so
I haven't told myself I was gonna watch it.
It's so annoying.
Even though I've seen the promo, I think there's a premiere that people went to that I follow as well. But no, I haven't really given it a second thought.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought it ended.
Yeah, it did, but they're gonna be doing before everything that we saw. So the life before then.
Yeah, this is a what they call a prequel.
Yeah.
It didn't really end, did it?
Yeah.
I hate people say things are going to end and it doesn't end. All right, fair enough. All right, let's get into our What You Sayin, our topic of the day. So this is following on from the previous headline. So as mentioned, the Director General has suggested racism is behind the limited news coverage that African countries get when there are tragedies. As we know, the Ukraine-Russia war was on our TVs for months on end. So, do we agree with him? Has this happened in the past for the same reason? So basically, we tend to hear about issues in France when they occur, but look how long it took to hear about the slavery and general treatment of blacks in Libya and other parts of the Middle East. So do we agree?
Yeah, we definitely agree. You know,
I definitely
George
agree.
Bush doesn't care about black people.
Damn.
So yeah, we definitely agree. This
Yeah.
is something that's been happening for centuries.
Yep.
Yeah, we agree.
I share the exact same sentiment. So, seeing as we agree, should we expect this? Or should the delivery of news be non-discriminatory? And would you not expect news in an African country to cover a war, famine, or any other tragedy in Africa more than something happening in Europe? So in African countries,
Yeah.
I remember when I lived in Nigeria, we used to get news about what's happening over here. I don't, even the weather. Like, I don't care.
Used to get the weather. What? Used to get
We used to
UK
get the
weather
weather.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Why?
But you know how, like, so you see here, sometimes on like the world news, they will show like the weather in like Dubai and Nigeria, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But over there, you would get the what's happening over here as well.
Doesn't make no sense. Yes, in the ideal world, all news coverage should be equal.
Yeah.
There should be no biases and discrimination, but sadly, that's not the world we live in.
Yeah.
And, you know, we are, you know, second-class citizens to these mother effers.
Because I think that the only time they show news that back home is when it is going to affect them or something they've got going on.
Yeah.
Because I even think, even with Ukraine and Russia, as much as they're Caucasians, I don't think that if we weren't affected by, you know, the energy stuff and all that kind of stuff, because really and truly, all that stuff even happened beforehand.
Yeah.
Because I remember my manicurist, she's from Ukraine.
Yeah.
And she was telling me about all the stuff happening there. And because one time I went in for my appointment one time and I was like, oh, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, there's so much going on in Ukraine at the moment. Like, she was worried about her family because her mum lives there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Her brother just passed. So she was telling me all this stuff and there was nothing in the news about it. And I remember she was saying to me that basically there's like people had basically set up kind of spots in London where they were donating stuff, where citizens could go and donate stuff to then send back home.
Yeah.
And then it was after like, maybe like a week after that is when I started seeing on the news. So I even feel like, obviously there's racism, can't deny that. Absolutely, black people definitely get worse.
Yeah.
But I think with Western countries, unless it directly affects them, they wouldn't report on news. And I think even with this one, even them reporting on the news is because the energy prices were going up.
Yeah.
They needed us to understand this is not our fault, guys. This is because of what Russia's doing.
Yeah.
So even if it was a case where I feel like even that they did that so that they wouldn't get the blame, even though there's stuff that they can do. So they wouldn't really so much get the blame, and they could always put it back to, well, it's Ukraine and Russia what they're doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I think when a country has vested interests in the countries that are at war, they're more inclined to cover it because it affects them, innit?
Yeah.
When they're not, they care less. Obviously, they cover it, but the amount of coverage dwindles as time goes on. So, for example, if there's a war right now in Africa between, I don't know, Nigeria and Ghana, they'll cover it initially, but
I don't think they'll cover it initially.
I think they'll cover it initially.
I thought they'll cover it when it becomes a thing where they can't get the things they get from Africa anymore because of the war. Because when I think about the NSARS stuff, that wasn't covered by
that's what I was going to mention to you. I'm going to say with NSARS, because obviously I get a lot of my, prior to TDA anyway, I got a lot of my news from social media. Yeah. So with the NSARS stuff, I'm seeing the coverage, I'm seeing the stories, but I'm seeing it on socials. Yeah. I don't turn on BBC News or Channel 4, whatever. How much of that was covered on actual TV?
If I'm not wrong, none of it. Seriously? Yeah, because I remember even weeks after it happened, people were consistently tagging BBC, tagging CNN. So they didn't really have any, in what was going on, they didn't have any vested interest in what was going on. Okay. Where we were able to get through to was Amnesty International, because it's got to do with human rights. Yeah. And if I'm not wrong, I think they're still investigating it. But even with that, they were like to the government, stop what you're doing, or, you know, something's going to happen. So I remember people atting CNN to just get coverage so then the government can see it and then they could maybe introduce sanctions and stuff. Okay. Because really, that was the only way that maybe the government would be hurt, is if they're like, okay, we're not going to do this for you if you don't stop killing the people. Yeah. So yeah, because I remember as well, during that time, the president flew out. As in, had a meeting with one, like, some other countries and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think the only person Trump was in power then, wasn't he? I think Trump was in power.
What, during the NSARS?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, he was in power, wasn't he? I think he mentioned something. Okay. I think he mentioned something, and I remember people, and people were protesting, like, when people go to London and the what's it called? The walks and the match and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not wrong, I don't believe. Maybe I checked out not checked out of the situation, but I checked out of waiting for the media to do something. But I don't remember it seeing on the news at all.
Okay, that's quite surprising. That was a major occurrence. So
but I think
for it not to be
because
covered on mainstream news is kind of very concerning, to be fair.
Yes, I think unless they've got an actual vested interest in that stuff, they don't have a reason to cover it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, what else is in this question?
So it says, so is it fair to expect this of Western media outlets to cover it?
Yeah, no, they should cover it. So I expect them to cover it, but I know what world we live in. So
because like sometimes
my expectation is capped.
Yeah, I'm the same. Because with countries as well, obviously the news outlets where it's like they cover local news. So that I would expect. If you're doing London Tonight, I would get it. But if you're like meant to be the world, say that CNN and stuff, and BBC World, I expect you to cover it. I think the furthest we got with BBC was BBC Africa. And that's the news outlet where they do the pigeon and I think that was it. But even that, the way it is, it's catering to people to Africans because the text is always in pigeon.
Having text in pigeon is crazy.
It's hilarious. But that's people's language. Do you know what I mean? So the text is in pigeon. So that is it's not giving it the world recognition that it deserves.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I would expect it. But again, I'm like you where I'm a realist. I would like it.
Yeah.
But it feels like wishful thinking. I don't think they're going to unless it really is something that's going to affect them.
Do you think that social media coverage and sharing makes up for the void that some of these stories get on the news?
No. Because you know what it is with social media?
Yeah.
As much as social media can do what it does, the majority, I think more people watch the news than engage in social media.
You think so? Even in 2022?
Yeah, because you know what it is? Because sometimes I had to mom stuff just happened and then the news will then cover it the next day. Do you know what I mean? So say, do you know what I mean? So sometimes I will see stuff on social media.
Yeah.
I tell my mum about it. My mum watches the news every day. Then she would then say the day after.
Is it more of a generation thing? So obviously our parents don't get the news from social media.
Yeah.
They get it from watching TV.
Yeah.
Whereas we get it more so from social media.
Yeah. I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
I do think that. But to be fair though, I think obviously generational thing, even within the young people, more of us are kind of on social media than aren't. But with the older generation, it's like more of them are not on social media than are.
Yeah.
But I would say I don't think it fills in the void just because the power we have with social media. Yes, we definitely have power. We've seen that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it compares to the power that happens if something is on the world stage.
Yeah.
On news platform. Because it will be on the TV, it will be on radio, it will be on the websites. Like it's more on there than anything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I remember even when the BLM stuff was happening in the UK, even like a lot of the news sentiment, and that's another thing because the news can talk about something, it's how they talk about it. That's also another argument to have because I remember when people were doing the protests here, the UK news were like, what's it going to do with you guys? Like, why you guys, they don't understand why people are taking part.
Yeah.
And then when they call different people on to the show and whatever, and a couple of people, they were like, because we go through this here. Like, what do you mean? Why? Like, do you get what I mean? So so obviously we saw on social media happening live, right? But for the wider UK citizens to see it, it had to be in the news.
Yeah.
But then when they saw on the news, the propaganda being pushed by the news was why they're getting involved. And these are just people these are just deviants who just want to find any reason to protest. So then when it then went up when we went on the world news, a lot of the older generation who don't see stuff on social media, they're like, oh, you guys are trying to get involved and just trying to get in on things and blah, 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 blah. Do you get me? So it didn't help the fight for justice. It just made them think, what you guys doing? You youngsters, any opportunity or any chance not to, not to go to work and not to do this, not to do that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like the Sarah Everard process as well. I feel like these things it just has to, I feel like there has to be some kind of, sometimes, to be fair, sometimes social media pushing something gets it on the news.
Yep, I agree.
I think even with the Sarah Everard stuff, I would kind of say that as well. And we've seen situations as well where, stuff's happened to like certain black kids and the parents have been pushing and obviously the black community have been pushing it online. That's when it's then been able to get on, say. But even with that, I still feel like it caters to their personal interest because especially when it's to do like, say, a black child or something like that happens, like, what's that guy's name? That young boy that went missing from his room, remember? And his parents were on the news. It's not Oscar. It's not George. That young man, and they found his hoodie or something near the woods. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sounds kind of familiar, but I don't think I know.
Crap, what was his name? It's in my head, but I can't place. But anyway, with him, the black community were the ones who were talking about this boy's been missing. This boy's been missing. This boy's been missing for. And then before it wasn't able to get on the world news, as in the stage, the news stage, for them to then interview his parents and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes, social media helps push news, and then with that, though, it's one of those things where it's like they can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Because if you ignore it now, it's a big conversation of you guys are racist.
Yeah.
And one thing about the UK that we keep hearing, they're not racist. So.
Yeah. Do you feel like news outlets are allowed to pick and choose what they want to cover? Or should there be an obligation to cover as much or everything as possible? Especially if it is like worldwide affecting.
I think there's a they that's behind it. So I think it has to fit the propaganda of whoever's sponsoring that news platform.
Yeah.
Because there's people who, as much as remember, like, there's taxes keeping them. There's investors behind the scenes who are helping run this platform.
Yeah.
And so the stuff that the messages you're putting out there has to be in line with our beliefs. Otherwise, we can pull the plug.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things I'm just like, really, this is the take you're gonna really take. You're gonna put on this one.
Yeah.
But it's because I think there's powers that be behind these platforms, these outlets, where they have to. And to be honest, it's like that in the whole world. Because even with Nigeria, any news outlets that were reporting on NSARS, they were getting arrested. As in actual news, like, you're the news. You're meant to report on stuff that's going on in the country. But they literally were receiving threatening letters, threatening, like, even physical people present to threaten them. That if you report on these protests, you're going to get arrested, you're going to get this. Like, it was a whole thing. So I think with every country, because usually as well, when you have BBC, people know BBC to cover certain kind of news. It might be left or right. Do you get me? People are like, oh, this platform is more right wing, this platform is more left wing. Yeah, I think there's powers that be behind these things that it's.
So should news outlets be branded and have agendas, or should it just be general across the board?
Ideally, to make things fair, it should be general across the board.
Yeah, I feel like, for example, I think Fox News in America, they have a very bad stigma attached to them.
Yeah.
As being, I'm not sure in terms of politics, in terms of what narrative they push.
Richard, sorry.
Who's that?
Oh, that's the word I was listening. Yeah, Richard. But yeah, go on, sorry.
Fox News is normally far leaning right, and CNN is far leaning left.
Okay.
So they're equally as bad as each other, to be honest.
Yeah. E-Man, nice for you to join us. I just thought I would acknowledge your presence there, sir.
Hello there. Actually, a question for you. Did the news platforms here cover NSARS protests? A little bit. I did see a couple of the Guardian, BBC. But then on the news, on the TV. Because I don't watch like TV. Yeah. I can't really say. Okay. Okay.
You're probably disconnected. You've just arrived.
So everything is all right? And everyone know that you just arrived.
You have to ask him that question again. Yeah.
So acknowledge his presence.
Oh, E-Man. Nice for you to join us, sir. How are you?
Having me, guys.
But yeah, I basically just asked E-Man if just obviously I said earlier that I don't believe that the TV news platforms covered NSARS process. So I remember a lot of people tagging them and saying like dead ass. So it's okay. Say something. Do you get what I mean? And I was saying to Usyk that I don't feel like they would have covered it until the point where they were suffering from something. Do you get what I mean? Unless maybe they needed crude oil or something, weren't able to ship out anymore. I don't believe they would have covered it. And I remember a lot of people say, so I said I don't remember them covering it. Yeah. So I asked, whether you had seen anything.
Yeah, so I saw a couple of articles in The Guardian and BBC. But like I was saying, because I don't watch TV, like, terrestrial TV like that. Yeah. I can't really say if it was there or not. But it was a big thing though, so they should have covered it. But what I find typically is that a lot of things that happen back home happen there for a while. Yeah. And then You know what I'm saying? Then we hear about it on the BBC, like the whole thing about Libya and how people, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that type of stuff. Because slavery still exists. Full-blown slavery in Africa.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, it is what it is.
I just think that even with Libya, like, obviously because I didn't really follow that too tough, I'm interested to know why it was that they covered it. There must have had some kind of effect on them, or maybe the pressure was too much where it just could not be ignored by them. Because I really believe that there has to be an adverse effect of these things before they cover it. Because they don't typically care, because even when they cover it and that's it. They don't really put anything in place to rescue or to do anything. Do you get what I mean? Because still today, the Nigerian government is still doing the nonsense they're doing.
But who are we? I'm not saying you're expecting it, but who would one expect to go and do something about it?
Can't lie. Amnesty, United Nations, all these people, what are y'all there for? Do you know what I mean? There must be some kind of things in place to try and sort things out. Yeah, obviously you can't really go into someone's country and be dictating blah, blah. But if it's the citizens crying out to you for help because their leaders are incompetent, there must be like some kind of bylaw somewhere where something can be done. Otherwise, then what are we all doing here?
If the corruption is that entrenched, right, and it's almost like there's a wall around a particular country, there's only so much that can be done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like you're going to invade, you're going to kind of help. So if you're extending your hand, I'm not saying these people are doing this, by the way, but if they're extending their hand and the country has these, you know, figuratively like borders around, how do we help? Because the corruption, because it's not like someone can come and give it hand to hand to people who need the help.
Yeah.
There's certain channels you have to go through.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's corruption everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you give, I don't know, 100 grand to somebody, and who they give it to gets only £100.
That ain't a word. But then what countries have there been where they've killed, where like other governments have intervened to kill the leader? For the sake of the people.
Just for the sake of the people? I don't think anyone does it just for, there's always something to gain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
Because look at Iraq, when they took out Saddam Hussein.
Where was Gaddafi from?
Libya.
Okay, Libya.
Look at, thank you, good example. Look at Libya. You know, like these are all people that the West would consider terrorists. Yeah. Sometimes for good reason, because obviously they've done
terrorizing.
They've done exactly, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the time, these people are heroes to the people in that country. I'm not saying Saddam Hussein was, but I know people loved. I mean, it's never going to be a full blown 100% people love certain people in it, but people love Gaddafi.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. There was a certain level of peace from the time he took over to when he died. You know what I'm saying? People had certain rights. You know what I'm saying in that country. That the country's in turmoil now. There's nothing there.
And that's another thing, because they can intervene, mess things up, and then just leave you guys to clean it up.
100%.
Like, where do we start cleaning up now?
There you go. You know, and even now, I believe it was end of 2019 in Guinea. There's a military they took over in it. I think it was the end of 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. And
they will. What about the TDA listeners?
And as we speak now, there's still no like, you know what I'm saying, like rest and balance in Guinea right now. There's still back and forth. Like these things just happen all the time.
Crazy scenes, man.
You know, and the corruption is just all over the place. Again, in Angola, just the other day, because the president of Angola, he died, innit? Maybe about, again, correct me guys, about a month ago. So I think so, maybe a couple of weeks, about a month ago. And so, but they didn't know where to bury his body. Yeah. Reason being because, I guess he's connected to a couple other countries in it, whatever it may be. But so he was the president for X amount of years, for a long time, right? The amount of funds that was being embezzled, right? His daughter's the richest woman in Africa. That alone, wow. That alone should tell you something. But the government that took over now, they've removed her from her post. They're trying to do certain things to try and claim this money back. His son as well. I don't want to get the figure wrong. But basically, during the time of this whole tenureship of the president, right? Yeah, they're looking at about, I think it was 500 billion that was embezzled during his time. 500
in what
billion.
currency?
Dollars.
It can't. It's gotta be their country's currency, because it gotta be naira. That's wild.
I'm telling you.
That's obscene.
Yeah, Africa, we've got resources, man, but the people that's in charge, it's just a joke. So yeah.
Right. Okay, well, let's get into our next headlines.
Okay, so it looks like, unfortunately, there's been a casualty on the side of the Russians. The daughter of a close ally of Russia's President Vladimir Putin has been killed in a suspected car bombing. Daria Dugina, who was aged 29, died after an explosion on the road outside Moscow, reported by the Russia's investigative committee. It's believed that her father, the Russian philosopher Alexander Dugin, who is known as Putin's brain, may have been the intended target of the attack. Mr. Dugin is a prominent ultra-nationalist ideologue who is believed to be very close to the Russian president. Alexander Dugin and his daughter had been at a festival near Moscow where the philosopher gave a lecture. The pair were due to leave the venue on Saturday evening in the same car before Mr. Dugin reportedly made a decision at the last minute to travel separately. Investigators confirmed that Ms. Dugina died at the scene. They said that an explosive device planted under the car went off and the vehicle caught fire. Forensic and explosive experts are investigating. Yeah.
I mean, that's sad.
Yeah, it's war though, isn't it?
That's the thing though, because isn't this the whole... So in their mind now, Ukraine did this.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, last thing I heard, Ukraine not claiming it though.
They're not claiming. Yeah, but
yeah.
People actually claim things to do.
Yeah, 100%. Terrorists.
Actually, yeah, because they're proud of it, isn't it? They're proud, that's my work.
Exactly. I guess it does depend though, but terrorists typically do. Yeah. But obviously, I'm not saying Ukraine are terrorists, but I'm just saying, last thing I heard, they're not claiming it like that. Okay. Or at least they haven't said anything.
Does it matter to countries when someone doesn't claim it? Or do they say, oh, you haven't claimed it? Okay, that's fine, I believe you.
No, not at all. There's bare things that happens. It's bare things. And only later in life that someone comes out. Remember, I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. Patrice Lumumba, the first president of Congo, it killed him in 1961, right? And for ages, nobody knew where he was buried, nothing.
Wait, he was buried?
He was just arrested and gone. Exactly.
Disappeared. Damn.
Yeah. Till it came out. Obviously, people kind of knew certain things here and there, but it came out in documentaries about people from the FBI, CIA, Belgian government. They all conspired together to kill this man. So, but like literally, they were talking about how they had, I don't want to get the figure wrong, but hundreds of attempts on his life. Bare things that he didn't know, obviously, that he was kind of walking into something that was near his death. So one day they realized, we can't get this guy for whatever reason. Let's just pay somebody in his own
camp.
Yeah. So that's when they got somebody to do it. And not fully his camp, but part of the military. They came, took him out. And they just took him and some of his close guys into the forest somewhere, military style, shot them, chopped up the bodies, put in acid, and they took his teeth as memorabilia, man, souvenirs. And they were laughing about this in the documentary. So long story short.
Who was laughing about it in the documentary?
The people that were talking about it. They were part of the whole thing. Yeah, they were part of the Belgian government, part of the FBI and the CIA. Yeah.
And there was no problem about this. Everyone just
this is what happens. This is what happens. So, yeah, long story short, yeah.
That's wild.
Sometimes, if it doesn't happen immediately, down the line, you find out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay.
Next headline. Singapore are looking to end the gay sex law. So Singapore will repeal a law that bans gay sex, effectively making it legal to be homosexual in the city-state. The decision, announced by Prime Minister Lee on national TV, comes after years of fierce debate. LGBT activists in Singapore have hailed the move as a win for humanity. Singapore is known for its conservative values, but in recent years, an increasing number of people have called for the colonial-era 377A law to be abolished. Singapore is the latest place in Asia to move on LGBT rights, after India, Taiwan, and Thailand. The government's previous stance was to keep the law, but it also promised not to enforce it as a way to appease both sides. But on Sunday night, Mr. Lee said they would abolish the law as he believed this is the right thing to do and something that most Singaporeans will accept. He added that gay people are now better accepted and scrapping the law would bring the country's laws in line with current social mores and, I hope, provide some relief to gay Singaporeans. Mr. Lee is said to have made another announcement in the same speech. He allegedly said the government would ensure better legal protection for the definition of marriage as one between a man and a woman. He said Singapore remains a traditional society with many keen on maintaining family and social norms. But an LGBT activist pretty much said this would effectively make it harder for gay marriage to be legalized.
They might see it they might do it how the rest of the world had it, where it's like a civil partnership and not marriage.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you ban something that happens behind closed doors anyway?
Because you get snitch on you.
How?
I could hear you fucking in the room next door and I just report it.
How do you know that it's you, man?
The moans might sound a bit.
I can put on
the bones.
Lady voice.
Oh, the moans.
The moans.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just make high octave moans.
No, but you know that there's some neighbors who literally watch neighborhood watch. So they see every day on Tuesday when your wife goes to work, this man comes here every time.
People mind business.
That's people don't. That's the problem.
I guess sometimes with laws, you don't care if people doing it behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just the point.
Yeah.
Because I don't get this. When man said, I won't take away the law, but I won't punish you for breaking the law to appease both sides. Like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. It didn't make no sense.
Then, though.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah?
And yes, sorry. Yeah, so that's the end of the headline.
Sorry. I was thinking, what?
What happened?
No me. Well done, Rhodes. That's another headline. But yeah, right. Let's get into word on road. This weekend was something. So Idris Elba's daughter. So basically, Idris Elba's got a new something coming out, Beast, right? And in his role, he has daughters, right? He has two daughters in his role in the film. But his actual daughter in real life auditioned for it, and she didn't get it. Her name is Idris Elba. I didn't know he had a daughter,
Yeah, I know each other.
Really is a zaddy, isn't it? But anyways, so she auditioned for it, but she didn't get it. Because apparently the chemistry on camera wasn't good enough for the film, which is ironic. Obviously, you think that's your daughter, blah, blah, but I guess it's natural in real life.
Yeah, having to act it out.
Yeah, it must be a bit weird. Yeah, exactly. So he didn't get it. And he was saying this on the Breakfast Club, and he basically said as well that his daughter didn't speak to him for about 3 weeks. Sounds about right. Sounds like I would do, because if you're my daddy, would have to.
Yeah, but if you ain't good, you ain't good, isn't it?
Exactly. You can't
That's the thing.
compromise.
And that's the thing, I rate it because I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be big in Jesus' name, amen. But my kids, you're gonna have to work. Sorry, nothing's gonna be handed to you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be able to get you in certain rooms, but that's as far as the benefit goes. When you get in these rooms, you need to be qualified. So personally, I'm here for this. I'm here for it. I'm not really here for. We've spoken about this before. About sometimes when people are successful and rich or whatever, you just pass it on to your kids. They don't have a value. They don't understand what a blessing it is that your hard work is giving them these blessings. So yeah, I'm here for it. But then obviously she forgave him and everything, and they're cool now because she went to the premiere with him, which I think was really sweet as well. I think so the person who had to break the news to him was Will Packer. He was the film's producer. Okay. He broke the news to her that, she didn't get the role or whatever. So I think it's also very nice and very professional of her. Even if they're cool behind closed doors, I think it's good to show people that they're also good in real life.
How was his daughter?
She is, let's find out for ya. His son Elba. She's a little 27.
27?
She's old.
No, she's not. She's 20.
Oh, I was picturing a little girl when you first.
Nah, it's the girls. It's the way the girls are looking these days. They look older.
Yeah, because I saw a picture of them at the thingy as well.
Yeah, she looks. Actually,
she's a grown up.
It's my age.
Oh, she's a grown woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But you better get yourself an acting class.
Yeah, hopefully now she would. She'll be good. I think it's just a chemistry situation, but she would, take more lessons and do that. You got to invest in your craft, basically. All right, moving on to relationships and stuff like that. Love Island. Do you remember Marcel?
Yeah.
Season 3?
I know him from Blazer Squad.
Oh, that guy, the black guy. Yeah. From Blazer Squad, yeah.
Blazer Squad?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's what he's from.
No, she doesn't know what Blazer Squad is.
Oh, Blazer Squad is a group. It's a collective of...
What were they? Were they rappers?
Boys.
They tried to be rappers, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they tried.
Yeah. No, he's hating on them. They were...
No, he's not hating, but he's really good. So when E-Man tells someone's not good at rap, I believe it.
No, I'm not saying they were good. No, they're not good rappers.
See?
But they had a career. A short career.
Okay.
Do you remember that song, Crossroads?
No, Yusuf, you don't set me up like that.
No, we did this last time, Like, we played this actually. I think we were trying to say it to you. Was it definitely? No, it wasn't quite. It was you. We were trying to say it.
But Blazing Squad's not
the
even our
song.
generation. It's more. Is it? It's more so
It's not my
yours.
generation.
No,
Nah, it's ours.
is it us?
Definitely. This man is 36.
So yeah, he was out when he was young.
My heart throbs and no one not.
No, he's not heart from. Blazing Squad wasn't not really our time. It was more so. I don't know.
We don't like young girls love a boy band. Whether you guys are good looking or not, you can't sing. We just love a boy band.
But it was bare white boys and just him.
Yeah.
And I think it was a light skinned guy or mid-face guy.
Yeah.
Do you know something? Because when I saw Blazing Squad, when I was doing my research, I thought that was, you know how on Love Island there's a group of boys, and I thought that was a group of when he was there with the boys, and this was they called each other. I didn't know he was
That's
a
a
group.
proper thing.
had Blazing Squad blood in him. That's great. All right. Anyway, Sha, Uncle has got married. Actually, I'm not calling him Uncle because he actually is. But yeah, so he's got married to Rebecca Vieira, and she's a model. And yeah, so they met in 2018 in a club, 2018, and they had a baby, Roman. He's really, really cute. Oh, very cute kid. They had a baby February 2021.
Nice.
And yeah, so it was really, really sweet. They got married in Portugal. His mum walked him down the aisle. It looks very lovely. It looks very cute and sweet. And she's got a beautiful dress on. And yeah, so congratulations to him, really. And he has said he had like a little ask questions thing on his Instagram. And people were trying to find out who from Love Island was gonna come there and all that kind of stuff. And people asked if they're gonna have more kids, and they said, yeah, they definitely will want to give their son a sibling and cute stuff like that. So yeah,
That's good.
it's nice.
Yeah, congrats.
Congratulations to him. Beautiful ring too. Okay, and then still on Love Island. So this is why sometimes the brands here, when black women are saying things, they want to come and fight people. During Love Island, yeah, PLT were really, really jumping on the Indian bandwagon. They were loving up India, like they were doing a lot.
Where?
As in they loved her, like positively.
Oh, India.
Yeah, India.
Okay, sorry.
Oh no, not the country.
Okay, sorry.
Oh no. As in, I don't know. Let me say thing. India, the person from Love Island, yeah. They really liked her, and they used that our girl India, our girl. They were doing a lot. Loved India. So obviously, people think, okay, when she comes out, maybe perhaps there'll be something in the works, right? No, they use our girl for basically engagement. Because guess who they're giving a deal to?
Tasha.
No, Tasha's got eBay, remember? Tasha's eBay. Gemma.
That's a guess like it ain't right there. Okay, right in the document.
I like guys to play along with me. It gives a little je ne sais quoi to show. Yeah, they gave Gemma Owen a deal. So we've seen her. We haven't got details of what's going on. We don't know whether it's a fashion line or whatever it is. First of all, it can't even be a fashion line. This girl dresses like her mum. She dresses like she owns some kind of Fortune 5, Fortune whatever number company. She's always in black or camel or beige pencil dresses. I literally said, if they had bikinis in pencil skirts, she would have had one. She always was wearing, we never really saw much of her in terms of fashion sense. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Maybe she's going to do a workwear line. I don't know, because that's how she dresses. Right. But yeah, they gave Gemma one, and people are not really happy about it because it's like you use India for all that engagement. Because they were really doing a lot with India. And even like, if I'm not sure, I think there was like stuff where it's like we could see that Molly May liked, obviously Molly May is the creative director, PLT.
Oh, is it?
And this is Molly May. Top babe.
Thriving.
She's thriving. And so she liked India as well. So yeah, I feel like they just use her for engagement. Once again, black Twitter being used for engagement. Yeah.
Can I just say,
yes, of course.
How do we know they didn't approach India? And India turned it down for something better coming along?
Well, it would be nice to see this come along quicker because India only just got management the other day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, literally like over the weekend, or she announced anyway her management, I think on Friday or something. And usually other people, before they even come out, there's managed. Do you get what I mean? And I'm not playing the race card, but history shows the Caucasians tend to have, these things are patterned for the Caucasians. When it comes to black talent having management, it's always slower.
But who gets the management though? Like who's meant to facilitate that?
Typically they what's it called? Reach out to the people.
Who's they? You mean?
As in the management companies will reach out to, because obviously everyone has to, you basically have to bid. Kind of like a bid that you want the client to know that I will be the best, I can get you this and this and this. So really and truly the client sits down and everyone tries to show me why it is I should go with you. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
So typically across the show, we used to know with the Caucasians, they tend to, as soon as they step out, management pattern. This is pattern. This is this. But with the black ones, it's usually slower. And really, from the industries, because they don't really be approaching the black ones with the same energy that they approach the Caucasians. So that's another fight to fight. So it will be interesting. I don't think they would have reached out to India, because where India's actually got a lot of style. So, and I feel like if that was the case, we would have seen it. Because with Ekin, we knew that there were brands fighting over her. With India, there's been nothing. Even Boots at the moment, people are looking to Boots like, you guys are pissing us off now, because they've also been using her for engagement and being fangirling under her comments and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And people are like, okay, so where's something then? Because even one time, says something, and then Dami must have tweeted them like, I think something needs to be in the works. And they were like to Dami, oh, it looks like you're not in her DMs then. So it sounds as if that they've kind of pitching something. So hopefully we do get some kind of makeup line or something with India. But it would be nice for black contestants to kind of get the energy that...
When the black brands step up in it, where's Fashion Nova at?
No.
What?
I don't think that's the way to go.
No, that was a joke.
I don't know. It would be nice. Because really, truly, Fashion Nova is kind of like PLT.
Or for black people?
Kind of. Yeah, but I would want her bigger bag for her.
What about Fubu?
Who?
Fubu.
Okay, next headline. I know what this is about.
It's a black brand for us, by us.
I know what it is. Actually, I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, man. But speaking of someone else who was snaking somebody else, Omarion is back at it. I think Omarion's going outside. I don't know if it's just...
He is, because initially he was putting up this I don't care stance. Now he's just like,
we see that you really have been caring.
He cares.
You care way too much.
Because he made this documentary ages ago. He didn't just make it now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, if you guys remember during the whole Millennium Tour, when we first heard we were going to come back together to do the tour and all that kind of stuff, Omarion's always just had this blasé, like, I don't really care what's going on in life. I don't know. I'm living my life. I've got nice skin. My hair's going healthy. I'm eating fruits. My abs are nice and tight. He's always been just a good-looking man that doesn't talk too much. The best-looking men are the ones that don't talk too much. You know what I mean? He's fit that description. And obviously we know as well from all that Millennium stuff, there was drama, time when people weren't sure he was even going to be on the tour. Then he said the reason why they're all here anyway is because of me. And then they kind of got fired. Then they were rehired. Then they were fired again. Then Lil Fizz and April... No, Lil Fizz and... Yeah, April. Yeah. I was thinking Moniece. No. Moniece is a baby mum. Lil Fizz and April were together. And people were like, how can you snake on Omarion like that? A whole bunch of foolishness. And then obviously we know that Razz B was like, I'm not doing that. So trigger warning. Obviously he came out years ago and spoke and alleged about, sexual abuse with like Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston, which I found out was his cousin, isn't it?
Yeah. Marcus Houston is
the other guy's cousin.
J-Ball's cousin, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Are they cousin or brothers?
Cousin.
Okay.
Cousins, okay, yeah. So Razz B came out with all that stuff about, that kind of stuff. And obviously there's been talks about his mental health and blah, blah, and he wasn't going to be part of the tour or whatever. Initially he was going to be, and then he obviously then dropped out and said he's off. He doesn't feel safe because of, the situation. Because Chris Stokes was around. Sorry,
to interrupt, but I was just going to ask you, did we ever find out if that was true?
What's that? The Razz B thing?
Yeah.
Not definitively.
But I think more people believe him than not. More people believe him than not.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I think is a good thing, because I think not a lot of men, especially black men, speak out about these things.
Yeah.
So I think the same energy we give to women, where we believe you until proven otherwise. I love that we're giving that to a black man too, saying that. But yeah, so Omarion, so in July, he basically announced this docuseries he's doing. This is kind of shortly after, actually a couple of days after his Versus.
What, this documentary came out?
No, that he kind of announced it.
Yeah,
he
did.
Following on when the heat, all that mess was watermelons was eating on stage. And the docuseries is a 5-part docuseries. It's called Omega, The Gift and the Curse. Very on brand for him, even the name. But yeah, so anyways, it kind of follows the whole the Millennium Tour, the announcing of it, why B2K, but basically just Uncle just out here spilling tea and answering questions that he knows people are kind of dying to hear. But the most recent one, so episode 3 is basically out now, but there's a bit of commotion about that, because in the trailer for that, which Brent will play for me in a second, he's basically putting out Razz B's business.
Mm.
That nobody asked you to do.
Mm.
So it's a bit snaky.
And it wasn't Razz B that was going for him anyway. Or am I wrong?
No, but it's like, so he and Razz B are actually cool. Well, Razz B thought they were cool. Because it's a thing where people said basically there was a turning point. There's times when they obviously branded Razz B as he's crazy. Obviously he was struggling with his mental health.
Mm-hmm.
He's crazy as whatever. And then there was kind of like a turning point where Omarion was like on Vlad TV.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, he basically just showed more understanding and more compassion and sensitivity to what Razz B was going through. So in Razz B's mind, they're cool because you kind of understand me a bit more. And people were saying as well that apparently during their tour rehearsals or whatever it was, he and Omarion spent a lot of time together. So they reckon that they were kind of talking a lot more then. And that's why he was able to get a better understanding.
Yeah.
Until Omarion did this. Friend, please play the clip.
You can tell when someone's energy, they're agitated or they're moving around, and he wasn't focused, and he was saying things, and I was just like, yo, what's good?
We find out that what triggered him, what agitated him, was that Boog wore a t-shirt that said, "I don't feel safe." That was clearly a reference to what Razz had said in New York.
Razz B is officially off the tour. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe because I feel like Chris Stokes is around. I wasn't really picking up that Boog was his head like that. Why the would you wear the shirt? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that?
Hey,
Get this shit together, man. Yeah. Some people don't know.
we love you, okay?
I know y'all do.
We love you.
I know y'all do though.
Okay, so that was a trailer for part 3. So in the docuseries, if you watch it, he and some other lady, I don't know who that is actually. I don't know if she's tour manager or something. They're basically talking about, the episode is basically about, it looks as if it's Razz B. And what's annoying is that even if the episode isn't about that, you've used that to make people tune in to want to know someone's private situation. So obviously he's talking about his mental health, and he didn't know it was that bad, and he didn't know what triggered Razz to basically want to quit the show, basically. And so he mentions, J Boog basically came in one time, one of the practices, and had a top that said, "I don't feel safe," which is one of the reasons why Razz dropped out. When he did an announcement to the public that he was going to drop out, he said he doesn't feel safe because Chris Stokes is around.
Yeah.
So anyways, Omarion's caption when he put that trailer out, it said, "Mental health is not a destination, but rather a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going. Just because no one else can heal or do your work for you doesn't mean you can, should, or need to do it alone. In my new book, Unbothered," he's even advertising his new book. This man is on crack. "Unbothered, The Power of Choosing Joy," I share some personal tools that have helped me stay balanced in challenging moments. It's amazing how some people find it so easy to twist and turn a story to shed a negative light on others just to play victim. It's ironic. "The truth always comes out in the end, no matter how hard anyone tries to hide it. Lies are just a temporary delay to the inevitable. Wishing everyone who struggles mentally or physically strength and support." Then he goes on to say, chapter 3, which is of the docuseries, pre-sale are available now on omarionpresents.co, blah, 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 blah. So obviously, in the thing, in your caption, you're talking about, a book you're writing and how, you mentioned about mental health and how you struggle, blah, blah, blah. But in the trailer, we're seeing your mate who had a vulnerable moment. Do you get what I mean? You can't really share people's vulnerable moments unless they're giving you permission to. And the way it's appearing, Razz did not give him consent to do all that stuff. Because Razz has then basically spoken out, and he's just said, "I'm disgusted by these actions." He posted the thing again, said, "I'm disgusted by these actions. Soon as the Lord gives me the words, I was speaking on this. Shake my head, Lord. Why would they exploit my personal moments? This is traumatizing." And it's just sad. Like, why would you do that, man? It's just very disgusting. It's very, very disgusting. I feel bad for Razz. I just think if you have such a vulnerable moment of crying and stuff like that, you don't want, especially when there's been so much speculation as well about you being crazy and blah, blah, when you're actually going through real life things and trauma and that you're still trying to heal from and stuff. It's just so, so snaky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like when I heard it, I didn't feel that way,
Really?
But I get, why Razz, feel that type of way.
Yeah.
And, what you're saying. But, like, to me, it kind of just seemed like, obviously, this is just from hearing. I haven't seen nothing. Right? That Omarion's just documenting a particular time on the tour and how he responded to it. Because he didn't know. Because from what I'm hearing, he's saying that J Boog knew something, or right, basically saw Razz B talking about this, right? Put the t-shirt on to kind of a little jab at him. You know what I'm saying? A little
jab, I was mocking him, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And Omarion didn't have no idea. So to me, it kind of just seemed like he was just documenting that period.
Yeah, but
rather than trying to expose Razz B.
I get you, but do you know what it is? That moment wasn't his moment. He doesn't have to tell us how he reacted to his teammate dropping out of the tour. Because that's the whole point. So they're talking about how the reason why he dropped out of the tour was because basically J Boog had that shirt that was mocking his emotions. That's not Omarion's story to tell. And I think if you're going to tell the story, if you're going to have a documentary that makes you look a certain way or whatever, get the person's consent. Do you know what I mean? Say we had a conversation in here and you shared a vulnerable moment with me and I was able to step in and speak to you and uplift you in that moment. Yeah, man, I'm not telling Brent to send me the clip because it shows me in a good light. That even that is selfish in itself. It would be, I would let you know that, okay, I will actually do this. It will raise awareness, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? But to not get consent at all. And I think also what's surrounding that T-shirt is a big thing. It's sexual assault. And it's sexual assault that people don't really believe him about. And he's been branded crazy because obviously it took him a long time to speak about it. A lot of the things he was doing and the way he was behaving and whatever was as a result of this trauma that he went through, right? So for him to then be able to get the courage to then speak out about it, and if he has a breakdown on the show, and you think that this would be this is a good form of content, because really that's kind of what he's done, where it's like, this is a good content, I'm gonna use it. I just feel like he's made something that's not about him, about him. I think there was a way to, because really and truly, if you think about it, he could have used that moment too, spoken to Razz, and Razz could have, the way he approached it would have been so healthy that Razz would have probably sat down in docuseries as well and said, you know what, do you get what I mean? I just think there's a way to do it. But again, for me, it just shows Omarion's selfishness. And as much as I feel like his caption is a contradiction to what your actions were. You're saying this, but really your actions is not respecting the victim. Like you're saying your book would. Do you get what I mean?
I definitely 100% get what you're saying, because I think the best thing would have been, especially if you know Razz B's character, you obviously know him properly.
Exactly.
Right? And you know he'll feel some type of way about the whole world seeing this. Right? So I guess even if he wanted to talk about it, maybe not show that, you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, I hear what you guys are saying, but you know what it is? Razz has been running around for years, obviously, not only obviously he's within his rights to tell his story in terms of the abuse he suffered by the hands of Christos and Marcus Houston, but he's also talking about Omarion, talking about Little Fizz, talking about J Boog. And he's saying out of his mouth that these guys had sex with each other. He mentioned one story that Little Fizz had sex with J Boog.
Wow.
He's putting their name out there as well. And he's been doing that for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And them haven't spoke out about it because obviously it's either it's true and they're not ready to talk about it, or it's not true. Either way, Razz B is entitled to tell his story.
Yeah.
But he's been telling everyone's story for years. So I don't feel like Omarion's in the wrong here, if I'm honest with you, because Razz has been doing this to them for years. Years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they've got a drink champs coming up with Noriega.
Yeah.
Lil Fizz, Razz B, and J Boog. And I'm very intrigued to know if Razz speaks, or they all speak on it. Because Fizz, Omarion, and J Boog haven't really addressed the sexual abuse allegations, really.
Yeah.
They've all said little bits throughout the years that it's not true, but Razz B's accusations are very, very heavy in it.
Yeah.
So for them not to address it in the same light, to me, is telling. So I'm intrigued to know if they speak on it during the Drink Champs, because Noriega's probably going to ask them.
Yeah. But I think from what I was hearing was that though, they were in a cool place.
Who was in a cool place?
As in Omarion and Razz.
Okay.
Because I remember even like some Love and Hip Hop season, I think the last one I watched something. And I remember it was around when the Millennium Tour was announced and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember Marcus was in one of the episodes and Ray J was trying to get them together and whatever. And I remember like, Fizz saying about, obviously I don't know if it's real, but I will go off, the fact that reality TV show is reality. And he was saying stuff like, they reach out to Razz. And so it looks as if like they've reached out and it's like, let's get to a point where we're all cool again.
Yeah.
So I guess if I think we're cool, or you're even reaching out for us to be cool, granted I've said whatever I've said, if you're reaching out to me for us to be cool, that means that you've kind of forgiven it, even if we need to talk about it. So for you to then do this, but when you think about it though, he was part of the tour. There must have been somewhat cool for him to say, I'll be part of it. it's when that happened that was a trigger for him, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna do this. So I guess going off that, granted, he's obviously said he's giving everyone else's stories and stuff, which he doesn't have a right to. But I guess if I'm thinking we're cool, you then do something like this to me is a bit snaky. And the manner in which this is being done, I think if he spoke about it in an interview, because he was asked something, I think that's different to you filming a docuseries in which what appears is an episode is about me, and you didn't get my consent, and I was part of this. Do you get me? Literally, that you didn't have to show me. We could talk about the Millennium Tour Fair because you're talking about the whole tour, and you could talk about me leaving, like, oh, he wanted to leave, blah blah blah, leave it at that. But to show me crying, to show you telling me you love me, and I'm telling you I love you too, and I know, and I'm saying to you I have no doubt that you love me, and you didn't get my consent to put this out there. It's a bit techie.
I get what you're saying. But
it's interesting, actually. I'm gonna watch the Drink Champs. Well, let me know when it comes out, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because I saw a clip of that. I actually thought it was out.
No, it was a preview.
Just okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Y'all love a preview, innit? The content out, man. But yeah, so there, that's that. I mean, obviously, if there's any updates, I will be letting you guys know. So the other day as well, I wasn't really going to talk about this, but my king Chris Brown spoke, so I just thought I'd talk about it. Diddy posed a question? He didn't pose a question. He did pose a question. What's the question? He basically tweeted and said, "Who killed R&B?" A lot of people in the comments saying you did. But yeah, he basically said that he posed a question about who killed R&B, and then he did that even did a live. Obviously, a lot of people have come out and spoken about it and saying it's not dead, it's not this, it's not that, and blah blah blah. And then he did a live the other day as well
with Timbaland, isn't it?
Sorry,
with Timbaland, right?
Yeah, with Timbaland. Yeah. He had Mary J. Blige in there, Kehlani on there. Gave Kehlani her flowers, and what's her name? Mary J. said basically, like, you can't kill something that's in our DNA. Like, R&B is in our DNA. She said it's going to keep transitioning from generation to generation. And at one point they were trying to kill it. And he was basically saying, like, he was talking to Timbaland and he was saying how R&B, the way he knew it, of, you know, when you're baby making R&B and love and all that kind of stuff, that's dead. But I guess what he's missing is that each generation changes. Yeah. Music doesn't sound the same. Music literally evolves. And so R&B is doing what it does anyway these days. And then she also, what's it called? Yeah, so they talked about that. You know, they gave Aretha Franklin her flowers, Jasmine Sullivan, SWV. This is all what Mary J was doing. Mary J. Blige was doing, by the way. Shaka Khan as well. Etta James. Like, she mentioned a good few artists and whatever. And yeah, and then of course my babes, Chris Brown. He put on a story and he said, "When's the last time you heard a slow song on the radio? Niggas saying R&B is dead. Respectfully, shut up. People nowadays want fast food instead of a real meal. Don't blame the real singers out here, because what channels do people have to see music videos? BT damn sure don't. Neither does MTV. So basically, music channels are not promoting R&B enough, basically. Yeah. And then the industry be forcing shit on the people when the real music lovers know that shit is garbage. He said R&B ain't dead. Your niggas just ugly." He's so annoying.
But everything there just didn't make sense.
It didn't
make no sense. Like,
it did though. If you think about when the era now where songs have to be very catchy and blah blah, it does.
Yeah, but then, like, even if, okay, so if he's saying R&B is not dead, where is R&B? Is he saying it's alive and well?
He is. That's what he's saying.
No, but he can't be, because he's also saying people are not hearing it on radio. Don't blame us. So he must be saying, for example, something's wrong with it, but we're not to blame.
No, I feel like he's saying R&B is not dead, is that you people want certain kind of music, so you're only putting out certain kind of music. That's why you're able to think it's dead, because you're not. I guess first of all, you're not an R&B head, because if you were an R&B head, you know that R&B is not dead, because you're going by what you're hearing on radio and music channels, but they're only going to push a certain kind of songs because of the era we're in, where now it's about, you know, what you can do a challenge to and that kind of vibe. Do you get what I mean? Because really and true, because even when I think about Summer Walker, like, she does R&B, right? But the songs that make the radio tend to be like if it's not like a Drake on it or something, tend to be the ones that got a little bit more beat than a proper R&B song.
Yeah. I think if a genre of music isn't getting mainstream attention, then they define it as dead. Yeah. So like traditional R&B now, you have to go and find it. You got to go and search for it, because you're not going to hear it on the radio. You're not going to,
like
you know what I mean?
Usually would, yeah.
So that's what he means. But obviously, this is just a marketing ploy to promote his rubbish single. Not rubbish single, but
who did he?
The single came out a while ago. It was kind of flat. Now he's trying to Bring It Back to Life. It's a song with Bryson Tiller.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing it to promote the single.
Because remember I reported a while ago that he's got this Diddy Love, what's it called? Label now.
Yeah,
remember he created a whole R&B label.
Love Records.
Yeah, Love Records, that's it. So how are you going to create a whole label and then come and say R&B? When I saw the tweet, I said this man is he's just trying to get some attention.
Maybe he's trying to say R&B's dead, yes, but now we're here to solve the problem.
He's not the solution to R&B's death.
How do you know? Remember, he's got a label.
Reference what Yusuf just said about his last
got
song.
Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm trying to say, he's got the foundation, he's got the structure, the infrastructure to bring people along and give them the airtime to actually put out that R&B.
Yeah,
but Uncle is selling his album.
Yeah, but he's not an R&B guy.
But that's the thing he's doing. He said he's doing an album, an R&B album. So in his mind, I'm the one who's going to resurrect this. Not I've got a label that's going to highlight the people who are killing the R&B scene. I'm the one who's going to, sir.
He can't think.
He
can't sing. He can't sing. So
he's gonna bring back. He's gonna create an album, which is an R&B album.
Yeah,
and he's gonna do his Diddy thing on it. He's not gonna bring R&B back because our traditional R&B is not. It's not what people
want to hear anymore.
I think people want. I think there's still a market for it, but it's not what people want to hear. You know what I mean?
So maybe that's what he's saying. That's why it's dead. Because it's gone now.
So
you know what I mean? It's kind of like when Nas said hip hop was dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That real sound, everything that you kind of expected from traditional hip hop was gone at that time.
Yeah.
It was just pop.
We'll see. When the album comes out, would you cover it on a rotation?
Oh, Diddy, yeah, of course.
Yeah, lovely. All right. And my last bit of news, this is for the Real Housewives girls. Okay, we are making progress, ladies. So Real Housewives of Potomac update. So as you guys will know, if anyone watches it, there's a lady on there, one of the Real Housewives. Her name's Robyn Dixon, right? I'll give you guys a backstory to Robyn's life, right? So Robyn, when she appeared on the show, she lived with her ex-husband. They have 2 children. She lived with her ex-husband. They weren't together anymore. So he's a basketball player. He was a basketball player. He's now a coach. And they were together from like when they were like teenagers, that kind of vibe. And they'd broken up. But people thought it was weird because how are you with your ex-husband? Like they literally live together.
Yeah, that's right.
Since they've been married. Of course you would think that. No, I'm even looking at you. Yusuf, engage me, please. Not this man. But so they live together and whatever. Yeah. And people thought it was very weird because it was just weird. It was a weird dynamic, basically. They're both single and live together. I guess they weren't really dating, but they could date if they wanted to date. It was just a very weird dynamic.
Other people?
Yeah, they could date other people. Yeah, so they weren't together in any capacity.
Okay.
But they lived together and did obviously childcare and whatever in the household, blah, blah. And obviously it was a thing where they had a lot of money because obviously he was in basketball, blah, blah. But they got snaked by their accountant. So they ended up losing a lot of money. It was mad. It was a whole thing. She basically came all the way from the top down to the bottom, and now they're back up, basically. So yes, he was a former NBA player. So anyways, now, obviously in the circle, you know how Real Housewives, the messy, blah, 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 they then would have conversations about, them relationships, and she wouldn't want to date or whatever. So anyways, they talk about, then he at one point said he's open to rekindling this kind of thing. So they're okay, but we're not going to put a label on it. They said they won't put a label on it. Cool. Anyways, they then got engaged. So this show had been running since, when did this start? I would say like maybe 2016, I think. I would say, yeah, because we're on our 7th season now. Yeah, started in 2016. So 3 years later, they got engaged. He actually proposed to her, which was very, very exciting. What year are we in now?
2022.
Yeah, another 3 years later, they finally obtained the marriage license. This is good news.
Well done, guys.
This is good news in that scene, because basically she's always in people's businesses. She's in people's marriages. She's doing investigation, and people are like, first of all, sis, you live with your ex-husband, and you want to settle down with him. He's not trying to settle down with you. You need to face your front kind of situation. But anyways, 6 years later, we're finally there. They've obtained their marriage license for the second engagement. So we'll just see how long it takes us now to walk down the aisle.
Well done, guys.
Hopefully less than 3 years for Robyn.
It worked. Huh? It worked out, right?
What, 6 years later? She could have been in a whole new marriage.
Or she could have been by herself doing nothing.
No, she'd have been fine. She's on Real Housewives.
But how do you know?
Because she owns businesses now. Like Real Housewives has really helped her. She owns businesses now. Like she's gone from. I will say that I do commend her because she kept things down. She actually held things down for her family. That I have to commend her for because
good woman.
I always say it takes a special kind of woman to do these kind of things. Me, I don't have the patience of God in me to do that. Not me. That sounds like jail to me. Personally.
What do you mean by held the family down then?
As in, like, so basically, they went broke. Really and truly, she could have separated herself and built her money up. Because again, she was on Real Housewives. She had more exposure, all that kind of stuff. But she stayed with the family and made it a thing of let us build wealth. Do you get what I mean?
That's
so he was doing his coaching stuff and whatever, and she was finding other ways to make an income. So she and her mum would like flip houses. She was doing that. She was very responsible in like the way she was spending money. She was doing like the accounts and finance, all that kind of stuff. So I would say in terms of a woman, in terms of being like a good wife, I would say she did that well. But I think it was
fantastic.
It was just a bit sad to see sometimes where you could tell that she loved him and stuff, but he kind of was scarred from their relationship because as well, she was saying how a lot of times she did it on her own, even when she was married, when she was raising the kids. Obviously, he's on the road, whatever, but even when he was there, he wasn't there kind of thing. So I guess, I'll be honest with you, this is the textbook definition of struggle love, but I'm glad it's working out for her now.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just in life, man, something you got to struggle sometimes. You got to make
people have to struggle sometimes, yes. If struggle is your calling, go forth and I pray it works out for you in the end.
You know what's funny, yeah? You know what? Keep talking. I'm going to find this clip and play it, in fact. Because that would be better.
I'm just like here looking at Juan Dixon's NBA career.
It's Juan.
Juan, yeah. I'm just looking at Juan.
Is it looking good?
Not really. He played for about 6-7 years. Moved around quite a lot. I never heard of him, so he's definitely not
not a legend.
A big player. Anyone who makes it professionally,
I would say
I give him their kudos, but he didn't win anything.
Okay, he is the best looking husband on the thing, by the way.
His best claim to fame, not fame, but his best achievement is his NCAA championship in 2002.
Okay,
but that's a college thing.
Okay, man, like
But
yeah, he's proper cool. Like out of all the husbands, he's the coolest husband. And to be fair, the Potomac is my favorite franchise. Absolutely love the ladies. Are you still trying to find receipts on me? I don't think it's needed.
It's not receipts. It's just a different perspective.
Here we go.
It's unplanned.
Ding, ding, ding. What week is this?
Week, don't know.
Week something. Round 1. Let's go.
Money attracts the person that you want, but your struggle attracts the person that you need. You don't always know who you need, but your struggle will bring somebody and they will come in and deal with your drama. They'll deal with your issues. They'll be able to calm the beast in you. Your struggle will draw the person that you need. Your money will attract the person that you want. But if they come for your money, they'll leave you when your money gets funny. And that's why you need...
What do you think about that?
My money will not get full in Jesus' name. Furthermore, I'd rather have someone I want than need. I don't like to need.
I think that's a good way to live as well.
Yeah. So
but I was just making the point that, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes the struggle is necessary. Yeah. And as you can see in their case, I think it kind of works.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. Like obviously not voluntary struggle. Involuntary struggle I deal with, I roll with. Because I always love what comes after it. Because I'm a fighter. Do you get what I mean? I'm a warrior. I am. But if it's a case where I can choose struggle or not choose struggle, I will always not choose struggle. I think struggle is glorified sometimes. Sometimes people go out of their way to get struggle and it's not needed.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. So,
do you know what I mean?
Especially when that struggle doesn't produce anything.
Yes, I'll be honest with you. In this kind of situation, obviously easier for me to say outside of this, and I'm going to speak from being outside the situation. I don't think I would have stuck around waiting on a man when this world has got millions of beautiful men.
I mean, again,
I don't think I would have stayed waiting.
A nice perspective.
She was waiting for a man who didn't like her, who didn't want her.
For maybe good reason.
I'm glad she got in the end.
She was destined to get it because she stuck by him. He saw the value in her. They've got 2 children together. Prior to her being a real housewife, what was she doing?
She was a real housewife.
There you go. So she was just a housewife,
just a housewife,
right?
Yeah.
I don't mean just, but yeah, exactly. And prior to that, he was the one making all that money. I'm assuming, right? From the NBA and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was there. So when he was making the money, it's okay for you to
I
stay.
do think she worked, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah. She may have done certain things, but obviously, by far, the breadwinner would have been him.
Yeah.
Right? So he's there providing in huge amounts, right?
Yeah.
For that family. And then all of a sudden, when the accountant cheats him and he's lost the peas, you want to leave? That's not nice.
But it was their money, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, they're married, so it's their money, of course.
Yeah.
But still, it's him that's making the money. Because if he stopped, their money would have been a lot less.
Mm-hmm. I commend her. I'm not going to agree with all of that because I'm not sure on the facts and stats. Considering the NBA situations over here, I'm not sure how much Uncle was bringing in. But I will say that I do commend the fact that I always say anyway, any woman that's able to stick through, if it's not gonna be if it doesn't affect your life, affect you mentally, all that kind of stuff, go forth, sis. But for me in my household.
But remember, if you leave, it's not a household.
It's always a household wherever I am. I am the household. Wherever I'm at, that's where the party's at. Okay. But that is all the gist from me today. Let's get into the People's Journal.
Okay, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. So today, I've got only two things to talk about, and one of them is kind of frustration, and the other one could be an opportunity. So, which one shall I start first with?
Bad news, and then we get to the opportunity.
Okay, cool. So the bad news, we spoke about this. I believe it was sometime last week, and we're talking about the train operating company Avanti.
Oh yes,
how useless these people are.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So just to recap for people who are unaware, they cut the number of trains between London, Euston, and Manchester, right, from 1 every 20 minutes to 1 an hour, right. On top of that, they're saying that you can only buy certain tickets only a few days in advance. So obviously, when people benefit from buying it way in advance, right, and get cheaper tickets and things of that nature, cool. You can't even do that. So you'd be paying more premium for a service that's for less, right? Mm. So I say all that to say this. It's emerged that they paid, despite all of this nonsense, right, their shareholders £11.5 million.
Wow.
Yes. 11. So they're basically, it's also rated this way as well. They're the worst performing rail operator in Britain, right? And obviously, like I said, they've cut back its service bear, but they still managed to find the conscience.
What about the rich are going to get richer?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's terrible.
How can we boycott them? Is there never service that goes to like millions and all that kind of stuff? I know Virgin ain't about it anymore.
No, good thing you mentioned. Avanti took over from Virgin. Yeah, it was Avanti. So Avanti took over running the West Coast mainland from Virgin trains in December 2019. Yeah. So it's jointly owned by First Group and some Italian rail operator, right? And yeah, so basically the dividends was for the year up to the 31st of March 2021. And also, over that same period as well, they were paid a franchise subsidy of 725 million on top to even help with the impact of the whole pandemic. So the money's there, but obviously it's just not translating down to us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just shows the nonsense, man. And again, I am definitely, more of a capitalist than I am a socialist. But in situations like this, again, if the market's not fully open, you're going to get the government choosing who they give contracts to.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of the same thing. It's not real capitalism. You know what I'm saying? And so you're going to get this type of nonsense basically happening. And taxpayers' funds are just going into nothing. It's ridiculous. And funny enough, I really agree with Labour in this particular, the way they want certain things dealt with. Because like I said last week, they wrote a letter basically saying, listen, if these guys are going to keep doing this, cut ties with them immediately and give the contract to somebody else. Somebody else will do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That just reminded me when I was talking about it, the public trickling, the funds basically trickling down to the public and whatnot. How do you guys feel about the petrol prices now?
Well, they've gone down.
The fuel prices, yeah.
Yeah, it keeps going down. But
it's going down, but it hasn't gone down to what it was before, no?
But I'm still spending the same amount of money. You guys don't understand? I'm still spending the same amount of money every week. My budget has not... Am I sure? Lloyd's Bank is sure. Because you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, okay, I should be like maybe if it's going down the way it's basically, I've been spending £55, yeah.
Okay.
Every week, right?
Yeah.
I'm still spending like 52.
Are your journeys changing?
No, still here. Still here to my house, to other places. That's my house. Do you get what I mean?
Are you driving in a fuel efficient manner?
Well, like less AC, that kind of vibe.
Maybe less AC.
Not speeding.
Are you driving in the wrong? Are you driving
in the wrong gear?
Fast in second gear? Like, you know what I mean?
No, I drive the gears I should be using.
Okay.
How many big booty bitches you got in the back seat?
How many what?
Big booty bitches.
Oh, it's just my big booty in the car.
All right.
Ain't that heavy?
So there's no load.
Yeah. Turn your, is your AC always on?
No, not always.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's. I actually thought, okay, maybe this is the way it is. Let me get a bit of fresh air. I don't know what's going on. You guys know me, but I love a conspiracy. I think we're being lied to. I think they're showing us 160, whatever it is, but we're being served at 175.9 rate.
Where?
I can believe that.
I don't put anything past anybody.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
I'm not saying I expect to spend £40 now,
Yeah.
but to be like £1 off. Actually, consider it's like 3p off.
No, it's not £1 off.
Huh?
No, she's talking about.
No, I'm talking about
like,
when
I thought you meant price is £1 less than
you. No.
They won't translate to much though. It's small. Only like what 5p difference.
Yeah, but come on, help you. Is it gonna keep going down then? Because I think we need to get to a 145. Then I can celebrate.
And also, when you fill your tank, and you see what the gauge is, right? The gauge might not be in your. Let's say you've got 3 bars.
Yeah,
and you fill up on 3 bars.
Yeah,
your gauge might be 5 minutes away from going down to 2 bars.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So you don't know if this is a
if
full
like
3 bars or this is 2 and a bit.
Exactly.
No, but I know from the miles. So my car tells me how many miles I've got with the petrol I've got. If that makes sense. I can trust that. Because sometimes you know when you do the, but then sometimes I keep going. I'm like, you got this. You can do this.
Yeah. So
sometimes like it will be like a 2. Like my car will be like, oh, this time I feel maybe like 323 miles or something. And then another time if I don't keep going pressing it, it'll be like when I go in there'll be like 310. So I'm gauging it off the miles. So last time I had this exact same miles. And this time I got the exact same miles.
How much does it cost to make your car full?
I think about 55.
Damn.
Yeah. Is that good or bad?
For you, it's bad, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, it's good.
Okay.
Obviously, because I'm diesel, 2, my engine's bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I've only got little engines. Yeah. But anyway, something in the milk ain't clean. They're trying to get us. And we're being got, basically.
Well, the next thing.
So when you asked us that, do you think we're going to be happy about the petrol prices?
Yeah, I'm happy they're dropping, but we've almost been normalized now.
And that's the
these are regular prices.
And that's the thing.
True, I mean.
Because you think of where we started from, this is still extortionate. But because we've been seeing the stupid prices, we're nearly at £2.
The other day, I drove past. I drove in an area I'm not normally in. I was in somewhere in the south, and I saw a Texaco, and I saw 178. My eyes lit up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right in there.
Yeah,
for 178.
Exactly. Yeah,
because I've been normalized to believe that this is cheap.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, it's true.
So we've got guts. Yeah. Wake up, people. Wake up.
Yeah,
it's a terrible thing,
boy.
All right. So the next thing is to do with bacon. Pretty much bacon. Okay. Right. So basically, during the whole COVID time, right? For some reason, people kind of took to like loaf making, right? Themselves, innit?
Making themselves? What do you mean?
Loaf making.
Oh, loaf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember people were making banana bread?
Love.
There you go.
We were in the shops fighting for flour.
Is it? People making banana bread?
There was no flour available.
Why banana bread?
Because remember during lockdown, everyone was baking.
Yeah.
People had nothing else to do.
I didn't realize there was a bacon thing.
What?
Yeah.
It was British Bake Off. The entire nation was competing. Yeah.
I was unaware of this.
We literally had to hustle for flour in my household.
There you go. So, I say all that to say this. Obviously, whilst everyone was baking, right, and obviously the businesses weren't doing well.
The bitches?
No, the business.
Oh.
I have bitches too.
The bitches weren't doing well.
Well, good morning
What's
to everybody.
Going on here?
Like, you know, Greg's and all these other type of like bakery places, like, was kind of all just flopping in it. But they're starting to, like, you know, Surge again, innit?
Of course they are. They're putting prices up.
No, but people are going out there and trying to patronize them and whatnot, innit? So for some reason, this is why I mentioned the whole opportunity thing. Maybe there's room now for a black business to come out there and start baking, like in like obviously, certain quantities and whatnot. Just like not just like for example, Jamaican bun and certain things like this. Stuff. You know what I'm saying? But other things as well. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, us, whenever we do something, we spice it up and make it unique. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Obviously, like I said, they're doing really well. And this might be helpful to you guys as well, right? You might be excited to hear about this. But one of the reasons, one of the things that kind of helped their sales is because they introduced the vegan.
Maybe it's gonna help us, help you, nigga.
The vegan range, innit?
I don't know this was in the setup. How did I not think?
So yeah, man. See, the people are gravitating. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, hopefully at some point in time, you lot will come over to this way of life. And then
I remember I tried a vegan cake in Costa a couple weeks back. It wasn't the best.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It was void of flavour.
Void.
Trust me. Yeah,
I've heard that the vegan sausage roll is banging in Greg's.
It's nice.
I ain't tried it.
It's nice. It's a bit salty, but it's nice.
Okay, so it's unhealthy. So that's unhealthy vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's decent.
I think one day if I get the chance to, but do you know what? My thing though, I have to be desperate. You know, sometimes when you're really, really hungry and this is what's available, then I'll eat it and I actually like it.
Yeah.
But if I go to a restaurant where I have a choice, temptation's too high. I don't always have self-control.
That makes sense.
But one day I might just, is plantain vegan?
100%.
Oh, look at that then. I'm vegan.
That's what I'm saying to you.
I'm eating vegan shit.
Half vegan.
I mean, I eat with sweeter, but life is about balance, ain't it?
There you go. We start there, innit? Then we can bring the vegan suya.
What would that be made of?
Yeah, but you've been eating plantain your whole life with soya and with chicken. So what? That means you're vegan to you?
I keep telling you guys, I can be vegan, but with a side of chicken. I can't. But what would plantain suya? What would suya be? How could it be vegan?
I have no idea. They'll probably use some type of like wheat protein. Seitan, there's something called seitan.
Would you? Okay, one of your goals. Would you own a vegan restaurant?
I would love to,
A black vegan, because the food is seasoned. Do you get what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that'd be really good, because I can't lie. I think I can see you being the face of veganism for the black community.
The only thing about veganism that annoys me is that they try to sell stuff like it's like they want it to look like meat. Like they got this KFC thing right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what the KFC is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I know what you're talking about.
It's fried cauliflower.
You're talking about cauliflower wings and stuff.
Wings.
Well, there you go.
I thought I saw a burger.
Cauliflower wings. Yeah. This is not a wing. It's cauliflower fried. So why are you trying to promote it like it's chicken?
Yeah. I always say that as well. I really don't like it.
I told you when I tried it.
Was that?
I told you I tried that one. Yeah. Not the KFC one. I was at a PR event. I wanted to throw because basically, you know where you get it?
Kentucky fried cauliflower.
I actually wanted to throw at the girl's head. I said, "What? Just give me."
They shouldn't.
It's not wings.
It's not wings. It's
cauliflower don't have wings.
Cauliflower is like the driest.
There you go.
You know, cauliflower is like the deadest vegetable, like taste-wise.
Yeah.
Now you want to sell this is no, it's not wings. Relax.
You know, that whole Satan. You know what? Again,
Satan?
one day, it's called Satan. Seitan.
Seitan. Sounds a bit too.
It's basically like it's a wheat protein, isn't it? And,
okay.
They use that. It kind of has the somewhat meaty texture.
Okay.
So like a lot of the burgers and certain things anyway.
Yeah. It's
made of that. And when you actually make like proper, I mean they still call it like wings for some reason. But the Satan alternatives, they're good, man.
When you have your restaurant, you're gonna give it names like wings and drumsticks and stuff.
I don't think I'll do that, to be fair. But again, I understand sometimes why they do it because it kind of helps people for the whole transition thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want to try to be plant-based, but they struggle.
I think you give it more exciting names.
Yeah.
Cauliflower bites.
Yeah.
That sounds like, do you know what I mean? And then you have
Papa John's calls it that, actually.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So stuff like that, like, I'll be more willing to try it.
Yeah.
If you don't necessarily, because if you call this a wing,
exactly.
When I taste this,
I'm expecting to say something that tastes like a wing.
Do you get me? But if the name is that title isn't on there, when I eat it, I can't be mad because
Yep.
You didn't put the expectation on me.
Facts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's making me hungry. If you want some wings. All right.
Man.
Is that all the news you have for us today?
Yes, that's all I've got.
Wasn't too bad, I can't lie, for a new week. So let's see how we continue this week.
That's it.
But it's time to get into the rotation.
I forgot to. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the rotation, your weekly music breakdown. So we're going to get into mainly singles, but we've got one album as well to get into. So you asked the question earlier, Esther, Diddy asked the question, right? Is R&B dead?
Yes.
Not according to Tank.
Okay.
All right. So 1/3 of TGT,
Mm-hmm.
singer-songwriter Tank is back with his 10th album, and his last album is called R&B Money.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
17 songs, 57 minutes. You've got features on there from your boo Chris Brown, Jay Valentine, Rotimi, Vido, Alex Isley, who I really, really like, Black Tuxedo, T-Verse, and Feather. This is what you would call a traditional R&B album. Yeah, so in this landscape of, I would say new age R&B and R&B fusion or whatever this new age R&B is called, you've got Tank, who's cutting through with a proper traditional R&B album. So great vocal performance, displaying his range, traditional R&B beats and themes, melodies. It's a throwback.
Okay.
It's a throwback. So people, if you're looking for R&B at its essence, a real R&B album, then check out Tank's R&B Money.
I just saved it.
It's his last album, apparently. I'm not sure why in particular, but yeah, his last album. My favorite song on there is a song called Can't Let It Show, which samples Maxwell's classic This Woman's Work. Do you know This Woman's Work? Have you watched Love and Basketball?
Yeah.
You see the scene where they're having sex, where he takes the virginity?
Oh, yeah.
That song that comes on, that famous song.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
the song, yeah. So he samples that song. That's my favorite song on the album. But all in all, the album's good. I feel like it definitely gave me, that real R&B feel that I haven't heard for years. And this type of music does exist. You just have to look for it. Like, for example, the TGT album, which is Genuine, Tank, and Tyrese. Their album was proper traditional R&B. You know what I mean? So it does exist. Some artists are making it. You just gotta do your due diligence and find it. But yeah, man, it's a good album. It's a good album. Great vocal performance from Tank. He's a really, really great singer. I think he co-wrote and wrote most of the album, all the album. I couldn't find the producer credits because nowadays they're not easy to find. But yeah, Tank's album, R&B Money, check it out. All right, next up, let's go to 1/3 of the Migos, Offset. So a couple weeks back, it was kind of reported that the Migos were breaking up, right? You had Quavo and Takeoff, who had their single Hotel Lobby. I think they pulled out of a festival or whatever. Yeah. And that was the kind of like the rumors, right? So now Offset's back with his own single, solo single. So this is fueling the rumors that they are breaking up. Because I think since that Quavo and Takeoff, what's it called? It was Unconfused. Since then, since Hotel Lobby, they actually released another song called Us Versus Them featuring Gucci Mane, which is quite decent. So Unconfused now have 2 songs. We haven't seen the Migos together.
No, we haven't.
In a while. And now I keep getting the names mixed up. Offset is back with his singles called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, solo single. This is not the first time. To be fair, no, before I go into what he's been doing, the song was actually produced by fellow rapper and cousin of Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem. You know Baby Keem? You know, he had a song called Family Ties.
Oh, yeah.
With Kendrick Lamar? Yeah. So I never knew Baby Keem was a producer, so.
Okay.
Pleasantly surprised by that. So yeah, Baby Keem produced the track. This is not the first time Offset released a song by himself though. So
yeah.
He had his solo album Father of 4 in 2019. Then he had his joint album with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin called Without Warning in 2017. So yeah, the song, it's a decent song. I like the beat, I like the energy. Offset delivers his typical fast kind of flow and delivery. It's got a video as well, which is him in an amusement park, just having fun, going on rides, gallivanting around the amusement park. I can tell there wasn't much money put into it. I can tell it was kind of like a budget-y kind of video. So I don't feel like this is his like come out single.
Yeah,
I feel this is like a little
something I'm doing.
A little warmer, have that for now kind of thing, innit? But yeah, it's kind of what you expect from, this could easily be a Migos song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's not anything out of the ordinary in terms of the production and his flow and all that stuff. It's a typical Migos-y type song.
Yeah.
But it's decent. I think I prefer it to Hotel Lobby.
Yeah.
But I feel like Us versus Them with Gucci Mane is better than this. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Like, are they broken up? Is this just him doing his own thing? But the timing of it seemed like something's going on.
I thought they might break up. I remember I saw him at Wireless.
Yeah.
Because Cardi brought him out.
Yeah.
But he did Migos songs.
Yeah.
But he just did his verses.
Yeah.
And I think Cardi bringing him out.
Yeah.
Really, because obviously she brought out Megan as well. But typically you bring someone out for the songs you have together.
Yeah.
And obviously they got Motor Sport together and they've got Clout together. They've got another song together.
Yeah.
So I would have thought he would come out for that, but she gave him his shine.
Yeah.
And that was after we'd heard the rumors they'd broken up. So I feel like I kind of believe it now. I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah, and the thing is, if that's you're such a big group, isn't it? That rumor exists, you would try to debunk the rumor. With a statement or something, but I don't believe anyone said anything.
No.
I saw an interview, I'm not sure if there's a snippet or the full thing's out, but there's an interview with Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, Offset and Quavo. I think it's a snippet. I'll watch the full one to see whether, I'm sure Elliot, he's a proper journalist, so I'm sure he'll ask.
Awesome, yeah.
I think the snippet I saw was him asking the age-old question to Takeoff, like, why wasn't he on Bad and Bougie? Like, what's the actual real reason? Not the banter.
Do you think I was left on Bad and
Yeah,
Bougie?
like, what's the actual reason? And Quavo actually said that he wasn't meant to be on it either.
Oh, okay.
It was Takeoff, so Offset by himself initially. And it was Offset and Uzi, and then Quavo jumped on last minute. So even Quavo wasn't really meant to be in it.
Yeah.
And it was just a song that they done, really. I don't think they thought the song would be as big as it was, innit? But either way, I'm sure this single by Offset has fueled the speculation that the Migos are broken up. But I guess only time will tell, and we'll see what happens. I didn't forget to say about my rotation. With the Tank album, I would say yes, it makes my rotation. It's a good album if you want that real R&B, so that's in my rotation. And the Offset song is a yes as well.
Nice.
I would add it to like a gym playlist or like a driving playlist.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll add that to my rotation, yeah. All right, next up, we've got UK rapper Sneak Bo, a new single called They Wanna Know. It's his 7th single of the year. I was surprised when I did my research that he's released that much music this year. So he's proper on it. It's a drill song, drill beat. I like the beat. The beat's cold. I like his flow. I like the energy. I like the tempo. I like the pace of the song. The chorus is quite catchy as well. It's kind of like a proper head nodder. You'd be listening to it, you'd be bouncing.
Bumping.
Definitely something for
bouncing.
Yeah, definitely something for the gym. Definitely something for the drive. Got a video as well. But yeah, this makes my rotation. Check it out if you want something with some energy, like a little mini street anthem. Check it out. So Sneak Bo, They Wanna Know. And lastly, we got my guy Fabulous, featuring Jim Jones. The song is called Rich Hustle, produced by Hitmaker, aka Youngberg, who's on a tear right now. Fabulous has kind of been on a tear himself recently, actually. He's releasing a lot of singles, a lot of freestyles, doing a lot of features. Maybe there's an album on the way. This guy hasn't released an album since 2009, I believe. Loso's Way was his last official album. Yeah, he's released a lot of projects.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's had the Soul Tape series, which I think is some of his best work. He's released a few EPs and a few mixtapes, but he hasn't released an official album on Def Jam since Loso's Way, which is quite 10 years ago. Sorry, not 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. It was crazy. So this song in particular, very smooth, low, mid-tempo beat, very New York summertime kind of vibe. The video is the same. The video is very, very NY, street basketball, fly cars, jewelry, niggas outside the bodega with the alcohol and the cars and that. So it's the whole song and video is giving that proper New York. It's giving Harlem in the 80s, fly shit, paid in full kind of vibe in it. Great verses from Fab and Jim Jones. Nice beat. Solid track overall. And it definitely makes my rotation. So yeah, today we got a clean streak. 4 reviews, 4 yeses from me. So yeah, check out Tank's album, R&B Money, if you want that real traditional R&B. Check out Offset if you want to see what he's been up to. Are the Migos breaking up? Are they not breaking up? We'll see. Sneak Bo, If you want something for the gym, something for the drive, and Fab, that smooth New York shit, man. Everything makes rotation this week. So yeah, I was actually gonna do H's album as well. Yeah, so I pressed play. I thought, yeah, let me do H. H is UK. He's white. Obviously, this is TMB, but you know what I mean. He does.
We're inclusive.
He does black music, whatever. So I thought, let me review H's album. Never listened to H really. I pressed play. Yeah, I'll be very honest. By track 7, I thought, I'm done with this. I just turned it off. I couldn't. I couldn't be bothered. I didn't like what I heard. I thought, I'm not even with my time. I just turned it off, man. And yeah, so yeah.
I've done that before. It was actually a Migos album,
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm about to shower.
Yeah.
What better time taking music than in the shower?
Yeah.
Yo, I came out of the shower, risked my life slipping and dip and dying with soap on my body to turn that shit off. I said, nah, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
But for those who do want to check out his album, because obviously H is a big artist.
I like H
in the UK, so I thought, let me cover it because it's a big album.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it. It's called Close to Home. 16 songs. You know, I'll do a little mini one review now.
How long is it?
It's 48 minutes long. Okay. Obviously, the lead single was a song with Ashanti.
Baby.
When he sampled Baby, which was a good look for him and Ashanti because he resurrected Ashanti a little bit.
Okay, sir.
He's got a song with Ed Sheeran, AJ Tracy on there, a guy called Bakar, another guy called Mastermind. I got up to... Did I get up to Baby? Yeah.
Stop it.
I think I got up to like track 7 or 8 and I just thought, I can't do this, man. I switched it off. So I didn't listen to it enough to give a review. So I can't say whether or not it's good or bad. But obviously it didn't make the rotation if I'm just, throwing the CD out the car. But yeah, shout out to Age anyway.
What about it is like made you say, nah, I can't do it? Is it like a different generation? The sound?
The sound, you know what it is? Topics? I don't really like his voice.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I
love his voice. I love the accent.
I like his voice. I like his voice.
Really?
I didn't really like the choice of beats.
Okay.
Too much. Yeah, it's not really for me, to be honest with you.
I haven't really seen much of a rollout. I didn't know he had a new album out. Are people rolling out in the UK the way they roll out they used to?
Your rollouts have changed now, man.
Yeah.
We're in a day and age where people just drop albums.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know he had an album. I would have expected another single from him, not an album.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, you had the traditional rollout. You have the first single, you might have a second single, then the album.
Now, actually.
Now it's just like, you might get one song, an album, or just the album. Sometimes you get singles after the release.
Because I think it's a bit... Obviously, I don't know how long his fans have been waiting for it, but if from the album, only Baby is the only one the single has been released.
I think the Ed Sheeran song is a single. It would make sense to be a single.
But like not a single after.
I'm sure I saw a video. Oh, you mean before?
As in before, yeah. I would have thought they'd run out at least 3 solid singles.
No.
And then,
The 3 single day is over.
Ooh. Will you be listening to Ashake's album when it comes out?
Yes, because you've mentioned her so many different times. Yeah, so the song with Ed Sheeran came out 2 days ago.
2 years ago?
2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So they probably released it on the Saturday or the day the album came out.
Okay.
Just to spike sales, innit?
Okay.
But I will be listening to the album, yeah.
Yeah, his album's out 3rd September.
Oh, sorry, him.
Yeah.
Whoops.
1st September.
Yeah, I will let you know.
Is Terminator the first single?
No, this is the 4th.
Also, all those bangers are going to be on this
4
album?
singles before the album releases?
So we've got 3. No, we've got 3. I reckon... What's going on?
Whose song's this?
It's H.
It's your boy.
Babes, what's going on? Was that a voice to play to us?
No.
Oh, Oaks.
Was that an accident?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a long
kept going louder.
That was a long accident. I was thinking, this guy pressed stop.
Brent is tired. Okay? But so we've got on the album, we've got Sungba the remix.
Mm-hmm.
Peace Be Unto You.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Terminator as well.
Mm-hmm.
Omakwe's not on there. Palazzo's not on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sungba itself is not on there, but those were on his EP.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had to say, So in terms
of...
Oh,
he's not putting that on the album?
No, because those were on his EP. So Omakwe and Sungba were on his EP.
Okay. But I would assume he would just put it there. Just for streaming numbers.
Pizzazz. No, but that's why he's got the remix. He's smart.
Yeah.
The remix.
Remix is okay.
Because the remix is done better than the single itself. Obviously, people love the single.
Yeah.
But when Bernard, something about Bernard saying, tell me what you see when you look at me.
Yeah. No, the beat he gave, the beat switch as well was super cold.
Yeah.
I can't. His concert, I'm actually going to down trying to get tickets. I'm not playing. So but it's a quick, easy listen as well. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be 30 minutes. 12 songs, 30 minutes when it comes out. But I will definitely let you guys know when it comes out.
What is it?
3rd of September. It says, it says 3rd of September, but on here I'm seeing 2nd of September. So, either the Friday or Saturday. I reckon they have a different kind of way of doing it back home. Because sometimes people releasing albums on like a Thursday and Wednesday. I'm like, okay. So I guess their charts work differently over there.
Yeah.
But so Terminators is 3rd single.
Okay.
Man is sick, man. I'm
he's doing well, man.
Love it.
Really well.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But thank you for that, Mr. Rotation.
No problem.
Thank you.
Let's get into our last headlines for today.
Okay, remember last week we were talking about the missing nurse, Owami Davies.
Yeah.
Well, it's emerged that police officers had contact with her on the day she was reported missing by her family. So Owami Davies, aged 24, who's studying nursing at King's College London, left her home in Grays, Essex on the 4th of July and was last seen in Croydon on the 7th of July. The Met said its officers had spoke to her in Croydon on the 6th of July, but did not know she was a missing person. So Miss Davies' families reported her missing to Essex Police on the 6th of July, and the force handed the investigation over to the Met Police on the 23rd of July. In a statement, the Met said officers were called to an address in Clarendon Road, Croydon, to concerns over the welfare of a woman on the 6th of July. Police attended and called the London ambulance services, but the woman told them she did not want help and left. Miss Davies had not yet been marked as a missing person on the police's database at the time. The force said it only later established that the woman they had spoken to was Miss Davies as a result of their missing person investigation. In a statement, Scotland Yard said the IOPC, which is the Independent Office for Police Conduct, has requested the matter be referred to them. They also said the interaction recorded on the officer's body worn video has been viewed by members of the Independent Advisory Group and Owami's family to ensure openness and transparency. 5 people have been arrested, 2 on suspicion of murder and 3 on suspicion of kidnap, but they've all since been released on bail pending further investigation. The force issued a fresh appeal at the beginning of this week, saying Miss Davies could be in Croydon and in need of help. On Thursday, the British Transport Police tweeted that Miss Davies could still regularly be taking trains. She may appear dazed or confused and may be seeking to engage with women travelling alone.
That's for help.
Yeah, exactly.
So is there like a idea of what they think may have happened?
I don't know. From what they're intimating, it's just that she's missing, and like I don't know. As the story kind of progresses, it seems like they're not fully believing she's dead, which is a good thing.
That's good.
Obviously,
My praise is not.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it may be a mental health thing.
So,
you know what I'm saying? So,
but because I kind of when this news came out, people online were like, "Oh, like people were obviously upset, like how could they miss that, blah blah." But I kind of understood though, because if you don't know, you don't know. Do you get me? So I don't think it was like a personal thing. And I think also as well, when it comes to like help, obviously hearing that she said she didn't need help.
Yeah.
Because I guess police will have a way of reading signals. I can't lie to you. If I'm in danger and I'm telling the police I don't need help, I don't need help. Do you get what I mean? So maybe they have a way of reading body language. Maybe she actually meant in what they read that she didn't need help. But just pray that, sis is found.
Exactly.
And she's okay and not in grave danger.
Yeah, man.
But I hope a picture keeps circulating as well, so people are used to her face and everything. So if anyone does see anything, keep calling for help.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Right, the elephant in the room.
Bismillah.
Okay, so as I'm sure everyone's pretty much aware now, our beloved brother, the boxer, Anthony Joshua, lost his fight against Alexander Usyk. His bid to recapture the unified heavyweight titles ended in disappointment as Usyk produced a terrific performance to win by a split decision in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. In the clash billed as the rage on the Red Sea, Joshua, aged 32, showed some aggressiveness and intent, which is obviously a big improvement from the last fight, but he couldn't match the brilliance of the Ukrainian, who improved his record to 20 wins in 20 fights. 2 judges scored the fight 115 to 113 and 116 to 112 to Usyk, and the third gave it to Joshua, who got 115 to 113. While there were some close rounds, Usyk seemed to be the deserved winner. At the end of the fight, AJ picked up 2 of Usyk's belts, apparently, and dropped them outside of the ring. and was actually just going towards the dressing room. I never saw this though, by the way. But but then obviously, you know, had a change of mind, turned around and got into the ring and started to give a speech. In his emotional speech, AJ said Usyk was one hell of a fighter, that it was just emotion, and if you knew my story, you'd understand the passion.
Sorry, can we get into that?
So let's get into it.
His speech and
AJ
I've done my research.
had lost his mind.
He said, I've done my research.
Yeah.
Then he goes on to ask him some stuff going on in Ukraine, right?
Nah, he was talking about a lot. He was talking about his journey and how he went to prison and speaking about his weight and how, you know, I'm heavy. It's hard, I'm heavy, I'm 18 stone. Like, there was so much going on.
Yeah.
Like, it was very bizarre. It was very out of character.
It was awkward.
You could tell he was hurt, he was passionate, he was feeling this type of way. And it all just spilled over. Yeah. I think he just got the boiling point in it. Like, this is his second loss in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he felt like he deserved to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the problem for him is because it wasn't a knockout. So he didn't in his mind, if you got knocked out, you've lost.
Mm-hmm.
You've got no grounds to really argue. But because it was by split decision, by points, he's thinking, I've been hard done by here.
You think so though? I don't think he thought he won, you know.
No? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
So what do you think his ritual was about? What do you think? Where do you think it was coming from?
I think it was just loads of emotion and passion.
Yeah.
Remember, he did something similar when he beat Klitschko. Remember, like the emotion, the passion just got to him.
Yeah.
He just picked up the mic. But obviously, people were willing to hear what he said because he had won.
He won
today. You know what I'm saying?
Get off stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this time, because it was a loss, again, I feel like he put so much into this fight. I feel like he fully did. And I feel like, and this is why he said, for Usyk to beat me tonight, it shows how much work he put in. Because I think AJ went super, super hard. But
so AJ felt like he felt like he was gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I didn't win. So he's just in mad shock. That I worked my ass off to beat this guy and I still didn't beat him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of read some, I don't know if it was like his coach, someone who's like in his camp and saw him train or whatever, and the person was saying how like he put in so much work, did a lot, did a lot to try and win.
Yeah.
But even I got a quote from him as well, as I was calling him AJ Tracy. Sorry. Anthony Joshua. And he said, yesterday I had to mentally take this is after the fact. He said, yesterday I had to mentally take myself into a dark place to compete for the championship belts. I had 2 fights, one with Usyk and one with my emotions, and both got the better out of me. I'll be the first to admit I let myself down. I acted out of pure passion and emotion, and when not controlled, it ain't great. I love the sport so, so much, and I'll be better from this point on. I feel really bad for him, man. It was a lot.
Same, man. But you know what the thing is? Boxing is one of those things where it kind of just, not to sound insensitive here, but it shows you the reality of life, innit?
Yeah.
And what he said there was key, right? In his speech, he said, I never started boxing when I was 5 years old. I wasn't one of these who had like elite prospects and stuff. I started when I was 18. And when you consider that, like to me, AJ's done a hell of he's done amazing.
Yeah.
Because this guy, whenever I watch him, I see flaws. I see defensive flaws, right? But to still win fights, some of them are obviously close. Some of them obviously has to come back, rematch or whatever. But to still be the undisputed, to unify the division like he's done, and to kind of really only take boxing serious from your late teens and go and get a gold in the Olympics as well.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's done a lot. He deserves respect.
But I think also as well, like you can kind of tell, even saying that he, was bashing his emotions as well. You kind of tell like even like the pressure. I feel like it was more, obviously you're sad you lost and whatever, but there was like an element of embarrassment there as well. Do you know what I mean? Where like people have this pressure on you. Because obviously a lot of black people my brother was hurt.
Yeah.
My brother came to church the next day looking all sad. I said, my friend, if you don't rise up. Do you get what I mean? But I think it's like that kind of embarrassment of feeling like the pressure and the weight on you as well for it.
Yeah.
Because he's always kind of seemed like a cool-headed, chilled guy. So yeah, it was a bit awkward watching that, but it was just funny because the Ukrainian guy didn't know what the heck he was talking about.
Yeah, he was.
I feel like he looked like he thought it was
like, what is going on?
Yeah,
but what in the hell?
He looked like he wasn't sure whether to take offense or not. I think when AJ started in the hip hip hooray, So that's when you're like, oh, okay, he's celebrating me. Because I feel like he wasn't sure, like, is this guy taking a piss or not kind of thing? What's this? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Uncle was just in a daze, like, I'm going to have to punch you up for real this time. And then when he was he said, how many belts you got at 5? I said, hip, hip.
Yeah.
Hip, hip. I said, please stop.
Exactly.
And he did all the way to 5. So has he lost his belts now or what's the situation?
Yeah, they were gone, man.
All of them?
Yeah, they're gone the last time anyway. Because remember, he fought Usyk in the last fight. He lost. Yeah. That's when he lost his belts. So Usyk had the belts. So he's trying to get it back. Exactly.
So what's next? Like, what in the boxing world? What happens now?
You're gonna have to fight me next, man. He's down bad. I mean, next opponent. No,
people obviously are saying, maybe he's just gonna retire and stuff. But
I don't think he will.
He can't retire before he
can't retire like this.
Before he gives us what we actually want to see, which is him versus Fury and him versus Deontay Wilder. These are the fights we wanted for years.
Is Fury a better fighter than Usyk?
I think he'll lose. I think he'll lose to Fury. I'm not sure about Wilder, but these are the fights we want. We don't want to see him versus Usyk and all these other men.
It ain't your asses getting beat in the ring.
And this is the thing, yeah, because I wanted him to fight like Fury or Wilder before Usyk as well. Because if I'm being honest, I didn't think he was going to beat Usyk.
Yeah, you did a poll. I was like, oh yeah, AJ. When I said, how do I unvote? Because he posted the results.
A lot of people was voting after the fact. Because like I think
cheats.
When I checked this before the fight, I think everyone said AJ. I was thinking, what's going on there? Because
not the pro-black man not voting for that.
No, because the thing is, I wanted to be wrong so badly.
Okay, yeah.
But I remember saying, like, to myself and to other people in the first fight, that if he loses to Usyk in his first fight, he's not getting his belt back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
actually, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, remember. Yeah. Usyk is a very skilled fighter. Yeah. And my whole issue with AJ was, like, AJ's a boxer as well. He's got skill as well. He can actually box and not just fight. But you're looking at somebody who's been boxing, has a proper amateur background, has not lost a fight in 13 years.
Is it Usyk?
Usyk. You can't go and go skill for skill. Yeah. Use your advantages. You're a huge guy. Make Usyk like believe he doesn't belong in that ring with you.
Yeah, I think you got
get him out of there.
Look
at, exactly. Look at Chisora's fight with Usyk. Chisora fight with Usyk. Usyk was struggling. It was a tough fight because Chisora used his size. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't go in there and lower yourself. All the advantages were out the window.
I think I saw Savage Dan saying it because he had like little
commentator.
I think he commentated I think the previous fight and then he was talking about what he reckons AJ could do and he said honestly you just have to make it feel uncomfortable. If you make it feel uncomfortable and like you said doesn't belong there, it's like use your size to your advantage.
Yeah.
If you make him question, just get in his head.
Yeah.
That gives you an advantage, but
he wanted to go skill for skill. And it's like someone saying, I want to go skill for skill against Mayweather. No, the person who did like one of the best against Mayweather was Medina. That guy's skill level is not there. But he went in there, roughed up Mayweather in that fight. Roughed him, made it very difficult for him. You know what I'm saying? AJ needed to do something similar. You know what I'm saying? But saying that, I think AJ gave a great performance yesterday, man. Yesterday? Saturday.
Do you think he can make a comeback?
Yeah, of course.
Against who? Against Usyk or just in general?
In general.
Yeah, of course, his career's not over. But I was going to ask you actually, what's his legacy looking like right now?
Oh, you're asking me? I was thinking.
I think he still has a good legacy, man. I feel like you look back on that and think, you know what, this guy only lost 3 fights. Yeah. Only to 2 people.
How many out of what then?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But do you think the narrative that he picks his opponents very carefully is true?
No, I don't think so. No. I think to some degree, but I think that applies to everybody. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody in boxing who's just gone out there and fought every single person at the time that person's asked to be fought. It doesn't happen that way.
Do you think he's avoided fighting Fury and Wilder at any point? Or has it just been down to the belts and who has the belts?
I think it's down to the belts and what you can kind of...
Yeah, like what fight is next in the
that's what I
hierarchy.
Yeah. And also sometimes you just want to build up a fight, innit? Yeah. There's no point in you fighting Wilder now when you believe, you know what, if we win our next 3 fights, we could fight in 3 years' time and get 10 times more millions. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it in that way. But I don't think AJ's been scared to fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a great champion. He's a great champion. You can't really take it from him.
What does his legacy look like if he loses to both Wilder and Fury? If these fights ever happen?
Honestly, I still believe he was a great champion because it's not easy to unify a division at all. You know what I'm saying? And it just means he just wasn't the best of that generation.
Yeah. When you say unify the division, as in what you mean?
As in he's got more than one championship belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think he had WBC, WBA, and something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like many boxers don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's done well, man. He's done well.
Shout out to AJ, man.
Because what do you call it? Wilder didn't do it.
Bismillah.
You know what I'm saying?
Please, Usyk, please.
No, but why did he just say that random at the end?
It was just, it's the way he said it as well. Like,
Yeah.
like
I think it was like
relax,
a little old to, you know, where he is, isn't it? Saudi Arabia.
there's a concussion, bro.
Oh, because it was in Saudi.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
I mean,
realize I was in Saudi until this morning. Actually, when I saw one guy on his story, he was actually there. I thought, oh, that happened in Saudi.
But he was saying a lot that I don't even think. I think he would have said everything in Peckham, bro.
Joshua is a character. So.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he comes back.
I pray he does, man.
I don't know who's gonna fight next, but
You're probably gonna pick someone to give him some little confidence boost, man. One little nobody, somebody.
Yeah.
Beat him.
Swamps.
No, KSI. To the fuck up KSI. Gotta get back on. Look how we just President AJ. I'm sorry.
No, we're joking, man. We're joking.
No.
AJ, we love to have you on here.
Me couldn't last one round with AJ.
I told you, I am not a fighter at all. All right, so still on sports.
Yes.
Yusuf, it's about you.
All right. We got music for this? Oh, okay, straight in. All right, Premier League is back week 3. The boys are still on top.
That's right.
Who are the boys? Arsenal.
Do you know I was going to say Arsenal, but I was like, that don't really sound right.
Arsenal are
never
still
used to
top of
sound
the league. Listen,
That's old news, man.
I know I'm always going to talk from an Arsenal bias, but you just got used to it. I'm an Arsenal fan.
That's what it is.
So like, this is a stark contrast to last season, where after 3 games, we had lost 3 games and we were bottom of the league. This season, we've won 3 and we're top of the
Now
league.
you start working. Do you know what?
We're top of the league.
I can't even, yeah.
Arsenal have done a great job. And the funny thing is, all the other teams around us, they're dropping points. Like Liverpool have drawn 2 games in a row. City drew this weekend.
That's Marcus' team, right? Or United?
No, he's United.
Okay.
United are playing today against Liverpool, actually.
Okay.
That's another
gonna be
loss.
one to watch.
Yeah,
that'd be
a
one to
loss,
watch.
though.
But let's run through some of the scores. So Tottenham beat Wolves by 1-0. Palace, I like Palace. Palace are a black team. Like they've got black players.
Is it?
Like I believe the starting 11 is like 10 black people.
Oh,
wow.
And 1 white. And obviously they're managed
Okay, BLM.
by my legend, Patrick Vieira, also a black man. So they beat Aston Villa 1-0. Everton drew with Nottingham Forest 1-1. Fulham beat Brentford 3-2. Leicester suffered another defeat. This is like their second in a row, I believe, or maybe third in a row. They lost to Southampton 2-1. The Arsenal beat Bournemouth 3-0. Clean
3-0.
Clean sheet for the lads. The surprise
So eat Ebba before.
game of the weekend, had Chelsea losing 3-0 to Leeds.
Wow.
Chelsea are top
I've
team.
always known Chelsea to be top tier, and
Yeah,
I didn't
top
watch
team.
football.
Chelsea are down bad right
Wow.
now. They need a striker. They're hammering away, trying to get Aubameyang in. They're trying to get Fofana in for the back. Chelsea are kind of like in this weird little space right now. I reckon they'll come good once the transfer window's over, but they lost to Leeds. Brighton beat West Ham 2-0. Surprised a little bit by that. And then Man City drew 3-3 Newcastle, man. 6 goal thriller. Right there.
As in, I was in the main game, not penalties.
And main game. And City actually were losing 3-1. So they came back from 3-1 down to draw the game. So it wasn't like they were on top. They were down bad. So yeah, Arsenal are top of the league right now. Things are looking great. Transfer window ends next week, Wednesday. So the teams in the Prem now have just over a week to get their team together.
But you guys are doing really well though with the people you have already.
We have. We linked with Pedro Neto from Leeds. He's a winger. Obviously, the Tielemans rumour still in there, so he's a midfielder from Leicester.
Okay.
So I'm expecting one signing.
Who would you guys want that you think would, with that person, you could actually make it to actually get the cup?
Let me ask Brent. So Brent, if you had to make a choice, Pedro Neto or Tielemans, if you could only get
I want
one.
both of them. They play different.
If you can only get one.
You can only get
that's the
one,
question.
sir.
That's the question.
Let me greedy.
I would take Neto.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would take Neto too because Reece Nelson's injured. Pepe's being sold. We can't play Saka. We can't play Saka every single game. Even this season so far, he's looking like he needs a break already.
No, he normally starts off a
bit slow.
Yeah.
As in Saka, our young Prince Saka?
Yes. Bukayo Saka, yes. That's Saka.
Pick up you, Nigerian King.
Yeah. So far so good for me as an Arsenal fan. Things are great. Things are looking up. I believe that there's going to be a time where people are going to be like, you know what? Arsenal are going to win the league. We ain't going to win it. We're not going to win it. But I reckon there's going to be a time when people are going to be like, you know what?
You're going to have them shaking in the boots.
Arsenal might win the league and it's looking good, but we're not going to win it. But there's going to be little rumblings.
What do you think you guys are going to come if you don't win it?
I think we're going to come third.
Third?
Yeah.
Who you putting second and first?
Liverpool at Man City. I'm hearing Liverpool are in for Sane. Scary times.
Yeah. Brent? If Liverpool continue what they're doing right now, which is not good.
Yeah. It's early though, isn't it?
I'm seeing Spurs there more so than I'm seeing Liverpool.
Okay.
So I still think that we have a good shout for top 3. I think we have a great shot for top 3.
Yeah,
because we've been consistent so far, and I do believe.
I've got to mention one thing after I go.
Yeah, you're right.
William Saliba's goal.
Right?
Did you see it?
Right?
Did you see it?
Right?
Did you see it?
Left foot.
Is this English?
What?
Left foot Swede. What are you talking about?
No, did you see it?
Yes.
Okay,
I watch games. I watch games.
No, but you kept saying right. Right?
That's what I'm saying, right? Right?
Like,
Yeah. Oh, you were.
Like, yeah. Like, he's
Okay.
like, right?
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
That's how I
when I went in, who's that? It can't be Saliba.
Listen, that guy, 21 years old, but he's playing like he's mid-20s.
I love him, man.
Like he's a astute
I love
gentleman.
our old team.
Yeah.
Even though we have to get rid of Partey soon.
Stop saying that, man.
You said, do you understand by that?
He's guilty.
That nigga did that shit.
Yeah, Partey got ghost.
I'm glad you corrected that.
I said,
we can't cut two things out.
To get him out of there. But we are playing good, Yusuf, man.
No, we are, man. We are. Now I'm confident.
Yes, man.
Like I'm confident. Obviously, I say we haven't had the real test yet, but we have really because last season,
look at Crystal
Palace and Leicester would have been tough games for us.
100%.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, until we play City, Liverpool, Tottenham especially.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to our next, because we have Man United in our next 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, we better not lose to Man United, man. Like typical Arsenal.
No, I hear that, but they always look to turn up even though they're crap for us. And I still have confidence because, brother, we have a solid team.
No, I think solid. That starting 11, even with the subs, bro. Like we've got Tommy Asu and Tini on the
coming
bench.
on.
It's a madness.
Plus, we're still in the transfer window, bro. Come on.
Vieira hasn't even played yet.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
We're getting rid of Pepe, loan.
Yeah, I'm sad about Pepe though.
Just
man.
that.
I'm sad still. I'm sad.
Yeah, man. You're sad?
Yeah, man. I like Pepe, man.
Oh, yeah, because he does what?
One, because he's a black man. And 2, because I don't feel like he was really given his chance. Like, run of games, man. He didn't get a run of games ever. Under Arteta is what I'm talking about. Not under...
Because of Saka?
Emery. Yeah, because of Saka. No, not only because of Saka, because of his own... The narrative is that he doesn't fit Mikel Arteta's system the way he wants to play. Not that he's playing badly. You ain't doing what I want you to do, so you can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not providing any defensive cover.
Yeah.
I don't know, but even when he was with Emery, I didn't see him performing as we thought he would.
Yeah, no.
Because we don't play that type of football.
Yeah, no. Pepe showed glimpses of his talent, but he didn't do it consistently, and sometimes it looked like he was in the playground.
Yeah, I guess he's better as playing for a counter-attacking team. We're not that at all.
Yeah.
So,
but he's going back to France. He's going to Nice, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's it for me. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Arsenal have won again. Hopefully Man United have lost today. By the time you hear this, hopefully Man United are losing. I want nothing but the worst. I want nothing but the worst for Man United. Nothing but the worst.
It's only because they're fans, right?
No, I hate Man United regardless of fans. But come on, man. We're from the old school. Man United Arsenal. That's the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I ever hated them. I loved watching Cole and York play together.
Hold on. So when you were younger, you didn't hate Man United?
No.
Raw, you missed a whole. You missed a whole thing about being an Arsenal fan.
No, I
hating Man United is a rite of passage.
No, it's not.
It is. No, it is.
No, it is. For me, it wasn't.
I know it wasn't for you, but that's what I'm saying.
I understand the rivalry.
You missed out.
I understand the rivalry, but Cantona was playing for them.
I don't care.
Scholes was playing for them.
I don't care.
You remember York from Trinidad as well, innit?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not from Trinidad.
And York, yes.
No, Dwight York.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't hate them. I definitely, each time as we played, wanted to beat them 100%.
Yeah.
But I loved watching them play. That's just me. I hate Tottenham because they're bollocks.
I hate Man United more than Tottenham.
That's impossible.
No.
Impossible for
No,
me.
hear me out. People need to understand this, yeah? Tottenham and Arsenal are only rivals because of North London. When it came to winning stuff, they were never our rivals. When I was younger, it was Arsenal and Man United every single season. When you want to win something, and someone's taking that away from you, there's more hate there than Tottenham, who are just there because we were both in North London. Yeah, it's the local derby, but who cares?
I didn't hate Man United. I love the competition we had between us. We
Yeah.
had no competition with Tottenham.
Exactly.
I hated them because
Hence why the hate for Man United was more because they were winning things we wanted to
I
win.
love the challenge. That's what I'm saying. That's fine. I hear you saying that. I'm telling you, I didn't hate them. That's
No,
fine.
no, you didn't. And I'm surprised. I'm saying you missed out. I felt like you missed out, man.
No, I didn't miss out.
You did, man.
No, I didn't.
Do a poll. Are we not live? How can an Arsenal fan say, how can an Arsenal fan your age, that's key in this as well, because the Arsenal Man United rivalry I'm talking about was from our childhood,
I'm
right?
sorry, I didn't hate them.
To say you didn't hate Man United is crazy to me. It's crazy.
I didn't hate them. There were too many good things about their team. Even Fergie, I liked Fergie, man. I like the fact that they had a
No, I like Fergie. I like Fergie now.
A beef with Wenger and that like I live for that the Man United and Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't
games.
I didn't relish in the rivalry, but I didn't want them to win. I didn't want them to be. I didn't want. Okay, cool. I like Jürgen Cole. Did I want to see Jürgen Cole score goals? No, I didn't, because that means that Man United are going to do well if they score. I don't want them to do well. I want them to do as bad as possible. Why are they playing for Man United?
Sorry, I didn't hate them. And I don't even know if it is that Man City fans or Liverpool fans hate each other. The team.
Man City don't. Because Man City don't have history like that. You mean now or back then?
No, now. I mean, they're the top two now, right? And they're going back and forth all the time these days.
Yeah.
I don't think they hate each other.
Man City and Liverpool fans.
I think they like the flipping.
I don't think no one really hates City fans. City fans are just whatever, innit? No one
I
cares.
think Man
Except Man United.
Like, for example, Liverpool and Man United's rivalry is more intense, even though they're not really rivals in winning stuff, than it is City and Liverpool.
Think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's City and Liverpool. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
you were going to say City and Man United.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think City and Man United hate each other.
Yeah, because they're both Manchester, same way Arsenal and Tottenham hate each other.
Yeah, but that's why I said that's why I hate them.
Yeah,
I
now
hate Man United.
I don't know. Listen.
Well, Arsenal's doing amazing. I just want to big up Wenger for his hard work. Man.
Yeah.
What?
Just because.
That says big up Wenger, you know.
No, because people forget about this man's legacy. Man.
No, people forget that that's the last time you watched Arsenal was when Arsene Wenger was the manager. That's why you're saying big up Wenger. But yeah, man, we're back next week, innit?
That's right.
All right. Roughly, how many games are there?
That's roughly.
Look, I'm thinking like if you guys doing 3 for 3.
No, in the league,
that's so far.
There's 38 games in the league.
So of this 3, so you guys are currently have got 3 out of 38.
Yeah, but in cup competitions, it depends how far you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so with cup comps, you've got 2 British English cups. You're guaranteed 1 game in each. At minimum 1 game. It's up to you whether or not you have more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for the update, guys. Really love this conversation. I'm dead serious. I actually enjoy men talking about football. I actually find it very interesting. All right, let's get into our outro.
That was it.
He is.
That's right.
It sure is. Oh, I'd say that was moist. Anyways. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning into the show. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget, join our community. Join our community, community.thenewblack.com. As you guys know, black is spelled with an X. Follow us on all our social media platforms. The day after TNB. Like, comment, share our videos. Don't be fighting people in the comments, okay? Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Let's leave it there. And you can interact, but let's not do fisticuffs. It's needed. If you'd like to send voice notes and text messages, send it to 075-6484-1073. We did this morning when we recorded, gave a little update about the live situation.
Okay.
If you're part of the community, you will see it.
That's right.
So yet again, join the community.
Join the community, people.
Community.thenewblack.com. We'll be letting you guys know this week, about more plans we've got with all of that great stuff, the network. When it does prompt you to download the app, do so. What's it, Mighty Network? Sure
Mighty
is.
Networks.
All right, and if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X. Have a great start to the week.
Can I just pick someone up?
Of course you can.
Every day.
We love it. This is what TD is about.
Man.
Let's go.
No, I just find it funny.
Because he messaged me on in the community. So he's signed up, joined,
I know
he's ready to go.
Is it Quinton?
That's it.
That's Quinton.
You know what I'm saying? So big up Quinton, man.
Yes, if he would have hit you up if...
You know what I'm saying?
If what? If I was
if you was part of the community.
Did he up in the community or outside the community?
In the community.
In the community. And he put a status on there as well. And this is what we like about
Mighty. Mighty network.
And we like that, because he put a status up as well. This is what the community is about. You guys can put up statuses, we can comment, we can like it, we can have conversations.
You post pictures?
No, thank God. I don't want to.
You
can.
You can do all of that stuff.
All right, so but if you do anything mad, you're gonna get blocked.
So this is like a social media hub.
Yeah, basically, exactly. Yeah. So you can do anything, post a little selfie, whatever.
Oh, sick.
From the neck up only.
That's a neck up.
And I love the fact that a lot of you guys have actually, and girls, sorry, have actually put your pictures up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dope, so
exactly.
Put your listen. Let's see what couple we get from the community. I can't lie, we've got to officiate the wedding.
I see a lot happening.
I see it.
A lot of flirting happening.
Because the TDA listeners, y'all are cute.
Yeah,
they are.
We attract a good crowd, man.
Very much so.
They are.
Fine black people.
Okay, so let's see. All races are happy to join.
Let me download this app now.
There's been a few whites join up.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody can join. But people are good looking.
Yeah, man.
So
Here, right?
Yeah. But you got to do the community.thenewblack.com. Do you listen to when I talk
do it that way and then search for the new black.
I know. I thought to do both. Get the app and go online.
Yeah, you can. Actually,
yeah.
So yes, you can download Mighty Networks and then you search The New Black and we come up.
When it is a go to Mags' place, I'm gonna do it for him because
we know how.
It's impossible.
We know. We know how Mags goes.
By the time we record tomorrow, I'll be on the community.
Lovely, yeah.
That's
so
right.
I'm looking forward to see the first matchmaking situation we've got there. This is my bag. I love this. We're here for it. But yeah, guys,
we have to set up some more topics. For example, basketball. You like basketball, don't you?
Yeah.
We're gonna set up a topic for basketball. Set a forum so you can do this.
We're gonna do a Real Housewives one.
So I can find it through here though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the? Let me see the thing.
Show the camera.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they can see what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah. You just click find, type in
The New Black.
The New Black, and then boom, you're in.
You're in.
Remember the new black with the X in the middle. X
Always
in the middle.
like if you spell it with A, do you even go here?
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. It's childish. All right, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Have a lovely Monday evening.
Mighty.